mute all of you, and that would be bad.
Womp womp.
Nice. Hello, everyone. Hello, chat. Hello, friends. Hello. Oh, so good to be here and back and ready to play. We'll actually send the tweet. I will, won't I? I'll send the tweet out. And all right, let me add a snappy picture to this tweet to make it legit. And where did I put on? Oh, I know what it said.
Mm.
Lies, all lies. Okay, here we are. Tweet out. It's such a pain. Steph, would you mind tweeting and not tweeting out, but messaging on the Instagram? Like for me to log into, I was not prepared, and it's a whole different thing to do through my computer. If you can, if not, don't worry about it.
Yes. Yeah, it might take me about 5 minutes, but
Okay.
I'll get something.
Like, I didn't know like where to go with the joke. I'm like, nah, now I'll stall that one out. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Ed, thank you. 27 months.
Oh yeah, maybe I should. I
Damn.
might need that tonight. Maybe you might too.
There's some crazy stuff. Like, I've been spending the week to make sure, I mean, there's been a bunch of work stuff. Thank you, Steph. Ooh, Ed's in the lead. He's got a month on you. And Ed takes the lead.
This isn't a competition, Dan. I will crush you, Ed.
Those are two very conflicting statements. That's amazing. My goodness, yeah, in the prep this week, like a lot of work, so it's been like here and there until like yesterday and today, and it's just so much. And I'm very excited to see which way it goes. So let's, without further ado, I know I love to hear myself talk, and I'll just keep doing it if I don't stop myself. We'll enter into our opening scene here. Okay. After the intensity of facing Delorna, her summoned kraken beneath the ocean's waves, and the wariness of accepting Raghari's help, our heroes found themselves in the ruins of the city of Metz. With the weight of the news that Yathaz and his Zilkirs were attacking major cities around the entire quadrant, they faced off against a dear old friend, Rixie, now a Zilkir. Having tentatively gotten through to her and stopping the assault on the city, our friends finally had a night of rest after a long evening of conversation and contemplation. In the morning, they sat with the runekeeper in his stately library. The temperature always feels just right in here, and the air holds a fresh scent of lavender. Sitting in the comfortable, albeit rather large, wing-back chairs that adorn the room, the roomkeeper passes along an update from Sterling Sam regarding the state of the remaining cities that had fallen victim to the Zolkirs. The city with the most urgent need, seemingly Calderul, Benhold's hometown, and Kalen's responsibility. Floor by floor, they've lost ground until only the two upper floors now remain. Word from a confident Fenhold told of a plan to retake the third floor, but Sterling Sam's update spoke of a much more sinister plan on Garden Earthgrip's side. Reports of Garden holding now holding a mastery over necromancy set the stage for massive numbers of the city's fallen now fighting at his best. The runekeeper, having shared the dire news and having no further update to give, gives an acknowledging look across the room at our heroes and raises a small cup of tea to his mouth to allow for discussion. We'll pick it up right there. Ooh. So,
I mean,
Mhm.
we're going, right?
I would assume so. As soon as we all get prepared, I guess, and ready.
I think the question is just how do we get there?
From the sounds of it, where there exactly where is going to be an issue. A safe place to arrive. So, Dan, out of
Mhm.
you said, I guess you said up to the third level has been.
Correct. Those lowest 3 levels taken over by Garden. The top 2. The estate that holds the teleportation circle is outside of the city, about equidistant from the city, on one side, and then pretty far from the city. I think it was like a mile or a mile and a half a mile. I think it's like a half a mile out from the city, and then you have the cliff behind you at the Underdark side.
So, are we all agreed that we're going to bone the deer, right?
Tentatively looks around. Yes, I believe so.
Okay. I'll be right back. And Kaylin's gonna step out. Just step away.
Just had a question, Dan. The main hall where we met the leaders, the High Council. What level was that on?
I believe that was the 4th level down.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Sam.
Well,
Oops. Proper rename things. Bam.
At the risk of who can we? I mean, I can cast sending to. I'm just worried
did
about.
Did we talk with Brewer like very recently, temporarily? Like, we talked to him today?
Night before, maybe this morning before the meeting, but I think it was the night prior.
It was Kaylin did the evening prior, yeah. Kaylin's not in the room right now. She left.
Well, I guess. Safest place is probably the keep, but we're gonna have to figure out how to. If we have to work our way up, or is there an easier way to get to the top levels, or where do we need to be?
Rowan has nothing to contribute.
He's yeah.
Let me share out, and I'll put it up for our viewers too, a rough map of Calderol as you know it. Let's see. Alright. And give it the old share. Ruski might have to, enlarge it a bit. And I will do the same here for our viewing friends. Oh yeah, geez, don't forget to do I forgot all about that, the DM inspiration roll. For, inspiration.
hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Aaronwin is not on Fantasy Grounds.
Oh, yeah, let me
Has to
clear
release her.
her. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that.
I kind of need my
Carolina.
character.
Go on, yeah.
I mean, I got the paper sheet, but
Nice. All right, you should be good now. You'll have to close out the character option and then open it back up. Ooh, mom's in trouble. Just kidding. And okay, so that should show up. And oh, all right. So you have here, of
yeah,
course.
it did. Thank you.
Okay, good. Oh my gosh, did we get another? Did I miss another person? No, I just need to do. I'm going to fix nameplates as you all discuss. Here on the map, you'll find that, a very abstract map. Not the scale, nothing like that. Just gives the impression of what's where. The upper level has, training and battle arenas and stuff, and a lot of the come visit us from way back when they used to have visitors. Administrative buildings and things like that you'll find up there. The second floor has a lot of regular residential groups. The third floor, which is the one off to the right there, that's the prison built into the side there. Roger's Hold. The fourth floor, those are the 5 main houses in the back. They each have their own symbol above their doorway. Very ritzy homes. They also have that giant room where you all met with them and everything else. And then the 5th floor at the bottom has all the very ritzy, fancy restaurants for like the elite of the city get to shop, eat, and dine down there.
And what level is the estate? Is that the estate down at the bottom
way
there?
off to the right there.
Okay.
And then it drops off into the,
Right.
system after.
Mhm.
Well, we'll wait for, I guess we're all together, and then we'll decide exactly where we're going.
Okay. Does Kaylin return, or are you just, what are you up to, Kaylin?
No, she's stepping aside to try to reach Sending Stone.
Okay. What do you want to message?
Fen, I just heard about the attack. Could you let me know how things are? That's it.
Okay. You get a reply. Oh my gosh, do I have my hairband, my glasses? No. Well, they're under there somewhere. You get a reply. Oh, Sarah, yeah. Our plan is coming together nicely to retake the 3rd floor. No attack as of this morning outside of the persistent assault. The gates hold well. That's all I can say.
Okay. I didn't ask about where we should come in.
You're
Okay.
using the mind link, aren't you?
No. Oh, that's right. We do have a mind link.
Yep, you included them. Nice.
That would have been through the Sending Stone, and then I didn't. Oh, right. Finn. Sorry, I forgot. I keep forgetting about this mind link thing. We are heading out to help me and the rest. What's the best way for us to come in? Is it safe for us to come in through the estate?
Oh, I can't speak for the integrity of the estate. I believe the forces arrived from somewhere outside of the city. Below, they attacked the lowest floor first and have worked their way up. I imagine your state relatively secure. You would ask for many security measures to be added, and that was done. Maybe good to know what's happening at that end of things. You travel through there. In the worst case, you can leave the same way you came and at least gather some intel, I suppose. I have none for you, though, dear Sarah.
Yeah, it's fine. Stay safe, okay?
You as well. Are you planning on coming here?
Yes, me and the group are coming there immediately. The roomkeeper made it seem like that it was almost a hopeless cause, that it was dire there.
Haven't heard anything. Have you had an answer? Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'll reach out when we get there.
We haven't, we've had some trouble communicating. The roomkeeper informed you something that we're unaware of. We're mounting an attack to take back the third floor, as I mentioned last night.
The roomkeeper said that the Garten has forces of undead. That's going to attack the city. I thought that they were already there, but it seems like maybe they're on their way. Maybe they're on a different level.
Perhaps. That's concerning. How could he move so many forces through here? If you arrive through the keep, please, if you are able to gather any intelligence, let us know.
Well, of course.
We'll prepare for an undead onslaught.
Garden has necromancy powers. Then if you see him, be very, very careful.
Oh. Sarah, he could be raising our dead. I'll report this to Lilith immediately. This
Okay.
she needs to know. That changes things.
Okay. I'll see you soon.
I hope so. With us fighting side by side, nothing stands a chance.
Till then, she'll close the connection and go back to the group. A little bit of a mixed response. So far, Finn, I think, said he was on the 3rd level. And did you say they was on the 3rd level, Dan, or that he was they were fighting to get the 3rd level?
Correct. You're on the 2nd level, fighting to regain the 3rd level.
Okay, so he's on the 2nd level, fighting to regain the 3rd level,
which
with
would
the
be
others.
Rowan's hold.
And yeah, should be the prison. But he was unaware of the undead, so I have a feeling that they're at least on the 1st and 2nd level, but I would say they're where Garten is, which is most likely the floors below. Maybe even the 3rd level at the prison, maybe.
Did you say the prison was on the 3rd level?
Yes.
Do you know if they evacuated the prisoners?
No, I don't know, Garrett.
Do you think you would?
Do you think what?
Okay, make me say it. Do you think you would kill the prisoners and then use them as an undead army?
I wouldn't put it past Scarton, no.
Wasn't there something about things coming up from the Underdark too?
There
Maybe.
were there were reports of some of these forces coming up from that direction, which Brewer would know, but Sterling Sam has the information. There seems to be some gap in communication with those in Calendar Rule.
I don't know of another way but through the estate.
I'd like to try something.
What are you wanting to try, Mort?
I want to try to scry on Garten, if I can. It's a long shot, but it might give us some information we need.
Sure, yeah.
All right, I will cast scrying on Garden Earth Grip.
No, this is exciting.
5th level spell.
Love
Okay.
how you said it. Earth grip.
Nice. All right, let's see. They have to make a wisdom saving throw, modified by how well you know the target. Target knows. Okay. They have no idea you're doing this. I guess. Familiar. Target well. Secondhand. You've heard of the target. You've met them firsthand.
I've met him, yes, and encountered him.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's just a straight thing, right? Knowledge or connection, like this picture. Yeah, be connection. So a straight roll. I guess on my side, right? Be wisdom save.
Yep, 19 is the number.
Okay, actually, let me see what Garden's thing is here. Garden Earth Crib.
Oh, look at that. He has a plus 19 wisdom.
Awesome. Oh my gosh! He does have a pretty strong, powerful modifier. But
I figured that, but it's a long shot, like I said.
It's good. There's still a definite chance for him to fail this. All right, let me see. Let's use the dice Sam. Oh, no, that's 31 for their save.
I get a fuzzy screen.
But for some flavor, we'll say that your vision focuses in on this area, but yeah, everything is a bit warbled and fuzzy. You can hear, you pick up, a little bit of sound in the area. It sounds like very densely packed with creatures. You hear that breathing, that shuffling, a sort of cacophony of sounds that you would pick up when there's a room like just full of shuffling creatures.
Dan,
Yes.
not to be like super picky on this,
Mm-hmm.
but you said breathing. Do you want to roll that back, or do you want to stand by that?
No, you would hear some breathing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Yeah, that's an important detail. With undead.
All right, I will just relay that. I didn't get much. I just got some sounds. He's with a lot of people. So, sorry, not too much more information.
We tried. That's what matters.
I guess probably.
I have an idea.
Yes?
Since we really only know how to get in from the estate, why don't we set it up with the rest of the city to make like a pincer maneuver? We attack them from the back the same time they go in at the front. The generals and everything are usually like in the back of wars and stuff, right? So if we hit them from the back, we'll hit the most important people there.
I mean, if you're talking about going through where Finn's at, they're really working on that 3rd level, so I don't think that they can't make it down from the 2nd level all the way down to the estate.
Yeah, it might be easier for us to make it up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, they're working down.
So
Maybe
I think our best chance is to go through the estate.
Reading this map, aren't the 2nd and 4th levels connected?
Dan?
So sorry, answering a super quick question. And then I will answer this other question. Okay. I'm so sorry, Born. What was your question?
Am I reading the map correctly that the 2nd and 4th levels are connected?
They are.
So you can skip the 3rd level.
Mhm.
But I think the 3rd level might be where we need to go.
Hmm.
Devanya, you feel like a almost like breathing on the side of your neck. Nothing there, no one there. Every few minutes or so, you just hear another.
I vaguely recall that the party had some barrels of powder. Is that correct?
Couldn't we get the Forge Guardian too?
Yeah, if we can get to it safely, yeah. The barrels of powder are back at the keep.
Mm.
Yeah, we're in Metz right now. Yeah.
Mm.
What if does Mort's going to try to think real hard? Is he very familiar with anything on the 3rd level?
Let's see. I mean, you went through Broger's Hold, right? You were in the party when they went through.
Yeah.
Gosh, but really familiar?
Yeah, well, i.e. meta familiar enough for a teleport to work fairly with a high degree of confidence.
I feel like that kitchen where Kaylin stabbed that dude might, stick in your mind a bit, because that was one of those first times when Kaylin was like, "You're gonna die," just killed that dude straight up. So
That was the kitchen in the prison, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, but that might be where the action's at.
Mm.
I'll mention that to the group. I mean, I think I can remember enough of the prison if we wanted the kitchen in the prison as another option. But maybe going into the estate and
Yeah.
getting a read for the situation at the estate.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of just teleporting right into the prison because I feel like that's going to be a hot spot.
Yeah.
I forget, Mort. Can you get us out in a jiffy in case things goes bad?
Teleport.
Yes. If we use someone else, I think to get us in. Teleport is all we have to do is hold hands and it's instantaneous.
I can do teleportation spell with my ring. Haven't used it today.
All right, so everybody stay close. Don't get too far away in case we have to get out of there in a hurry. Because to teleport, we all have to, I think, pretty much be in touch with each other.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's 10
ready.
feet, 10-foot range on teleport. Anybody I can see within 10 feet of me.
Anyone you can see?
Anyone I can see within 10 feet of me.
Oh wow, that's handy.
So we don't have to hold hands.
Double check. I always assumed it was holding hands. Spell instantly transport you and 8 willing creatures of your choice you can see within range or a single object. Okay. If you target an object, it must be able to fit within a 10-foot cube. So yeah, it just says 8 willing creatures of your choice within 10 feet of me.
Nice.
All right, so if you want to go teleportation with Kaylin and see what's happening at the keep, by the estate, I should say.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever everyone else is.
I'm ready.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Oh, are we going? Where are we going?
Before we leave, I'm going to expend 6 sorcery points to light up 6 runes.
Oh.
You're going to my home, Rowan.
The dragon one is glowing. Does that happen?
Yes.
That's beautiful. Wow.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go. I give Rowan a high five.
Oh.
Remind me to give you donuts.
Okay. right. So Kaylin will take them to. They have they used the teleportation circle here, Dan?
We-
Do you know where it's at?
Yeah. University. Yep.
Okay. So she would take them there to use the teleportation circle to use her ring to get them
To
all
be clear,
to
we're
the
going straight into battle, right?
estate.
Okay.
well, we
I-
hope the estate.
But there may
mean-
be battle.
There's probably most likely going to be battle. I'm hoping that there won't be battle as soon as we get there.
Okay. Rowan flips to their tricorn pirate outfit.
Oh,
And they're ready for fighting.
fancy.
Alan, is that a one-time use ring, or?
One time a day. Long rest, sleep.
If you don't mind, can I use mine? And
Sure.
we could save that
Sure, if you're comfortable with that. Sure, Devanya, thank you.
anytime. We're out to see the wizard.
Okay.
Just doesn't want to waste anything that save it for later. Emergencies.
Nice. All right. I will say, of course, Rain and Blueberry are there, and they're both just kind of going to go with the flow here. Excited to, care for those important to them. Are you all headed then to the teleportation circle back in the university? I mean, you're in the university. It's just a matter of
Right.
going back to the elevator. Okay.
Yeah.
Runekeeper wishes you all, and
Bye, Rooney.
Take care. And nods and kind of still weary and aching, kind of rests back in his seat. Sip some more tea as you walk down the beautiful hallway here back to the elevator. Boom, bam, bamf, off to the teleportation circle. There are 3 people assisting and preparing this room. And it has the different levels of stone that all rotate in opposite directions from the one adjacent to it. Runes light up and they gesture ready for you all to step into the actual circle on the floor. You all step forward in unison. You get drawn through space and time and warped to the cold, stale air of the down in the basement there of your estate. This is below ground enough and surrounded by enough stone down here where you're not really hearing much of anything. It seems to be a quiet, peaceful state currently. What would you like to do? You've all arrived. Basement. State. Outside of counter.
Are we in like the speakeasy part?
Yes.
Yeah, the basement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a bit of a dump.
Well, it's
I don't upkeep the basement.
It's a work in progress.
I'm sure it was nice in its time.
Speaking of upkeep, how are your have you checked in with your, I hate to call them servants, but
No, we should probably check upstairs. I don't have a way to contact them without, face to face. So
Oh, this is your estate. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's quite nice.
I haven't been here that much. It's kind of new to me as well. Kind of. Yeah, let's. Are y'all comfortable going upstairs and just seeing what's there?
I'll be up in 1 second, and Mort's going to go into the back office and check the door that leads to the forge
Nice.
to make sure it's still locked.
Mhm.
I'll go with Mort to keep our buddy system.
Okay. The two of you walk through like the main office and down to the door at the end where you step in a smaller room and look to the right, and in the stone wall there is the door that leads in a more direct route to the Wraith Star Forge. You find that some of the security measures have been added. The door itself has warding along the frame, and the door, as well as a big 12 by 12, some type of hearty old wood that's been placed down in brackets, also warded across the front. So reinforced physically and with magic, seems to be closed and locked from the inside here.
Okay, good to know. Just wanted to check on it.
That's good.
I'll go back and report that, yeah, the door to the forge has been secured.
That's good.
So it looks
I have
like,
to check the outside entrance too, see how that's looking. But
yeah.
thank you, Mort.
Yeah, let's go upstairs.
So, if they're going from the 4th floor up and they haven't gotten to the forge yet, do they not know it's there?
It's kind of out of the way, so unless there's also a long way to get to it in the outside too. So they could have not have known this one was here, but could have tried the other way, maybe.
At the very least, at least nothing has come through there to the estate.
Yeah. All right, let's
All
check
right,
upstairs.
let's go upstairs.
Okay. Are we just walking straight upstairs? Anything like just to ask? Anything anyone wants to do?
Was there a
as in-
direct way upstairs,
Yeah.
like a direct
Just a
staircase?
staircase.
Okay.
Mhm. I think there's like
Um,
a bulkhead and the doors up into that first
Yeah.
level of the house.
We move carefully.
Yeah, Kaylin would walk up to the door at least and put an ear to it just to see if she can hear anything through the door.
Okay. Gonna make a perception check, please.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, well.
And let the games begin.
Blah, 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 blah. You know what? Does she have this, or was that? Am I thinking of Brilith? I think I'm thinking about Brilith. Oh, wait a minute. What does that do? I think that's a saving throw. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Let's just see what it is. Actually, I haven't even looked at the numbers yet. I'm just like, freak. It's only a 9.
Anywhere? Okay.
It's only a 9.
I mean, you're still down. You know, the bulkhead door that opens up is kind of thick too. You're just not really hearing anything outside of the silence of the house. Can everyone roll just a stealth check just to see how we're, heading up through here?
Dan, I have
Yes.
enough runes up that I'm glowing. Should I make it with disadvantage?
Let's see. Instead of disadvantage, I would say just add a -5 to your modifier because it's a chance thing with windows and such.
Okay.
11.
11. Okay.
13.
13 for Aaron. Mort. Oh, Ed. Ed
8.
too. Oh my goodness. Okay.
8.
8 for Mort. Rowan.
9.
Oh, we are just
18 for Kaylin.
yay!
Yay!
Amazing.
Good thing you're
Person
leading
in
us.
full armor.
Yeah, because you're
full-
dealing with the door. Oh, that's right.
What?
You're in full armor. It's just funny that you're
Yeah.
so stealthy.
Yeah.
She's got the boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
nice.
boots, the
These
boots.
boots were made for stealthing.
It's for
Mhm.
stealthing, and that's just what they'll do. You work on the latch, and you quietly, sometimes it squeaks, but you're very careful to move it over. You kind of give the doors, like you pull them in first, so that if there's any, you get rid of some of the squeakiness, and then you open them up. And then everyone walks up. Don't up the stairs.
Nice.
You head up. There's no one in the house. House is actually no one that you see here in this room. You come up in this one of the lounging rooms there in the estate. And what do you want to do? You've all piled into a room. There are a couple of windows here.
I look out the windows, probably. That look. Do the windows go? I mean, do they go out to like the yard?
This is more looking out
Okay.
towards the chasm.
Okay.
Opposite. You're on the looking the opposite way of the city.
I will, as stealthily as I can, look out the window. Not just stand right in front of it, but like
Okay.
try to like lean over.
There are 2 windows in this room that face that direction. Does anyone else want to take a look too? And Kaylin, can you roll perception as you look?
Mort would probably go up to the second floor and look out a second floor window.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you on that one then, because something might
Okay.
happen, but I'll catalog that. Okay.
Mort's just tramping through the house, just
Like, hello, anybody here?
That's awesome.
Garrick will look through the other window.
Okay.
Does he have to stand on a box?
That's awesome.
no. I would assume
You can
this is
see
the
like
dwarven
just
This is
house.
dwarven
Oh, yeah,
city.
that's a good
The
point.
dwarven house. The
Yeah.
windows are probably a little bit lower than usual.
They're just like really tall windows, so you put
Mhm.
narrow. Yeah. Awesome. Our perception check for Garrick and Kaylin then.
19.
19 for Kaylin.
8.
Oh no. Okay. So as you two are looking more, you begin, heading over to a doorway to leave the room, and I'll put the pin right there. 2 of you look out the window and you see nothing like a swarm of undead or anything like that, but you do see some humanoids. A couple of them appear to be human. Another 2 or 3 elven of some nature. And then a number of dwarves, maybe 8 or 9, that appear to be undead.
Just the dwarves seem to be undead, or they all appear to be undead?
The dwarves. And,
Okay.
and things of note that you'll pick up, Kaylin. So, Garrick, you see that. That's what you see. Kaylin, you pick up a little extra detail, which may or may not make you a little upset as a dwarf, as a member of this community, as a leader in this community. The dwarves have had all of their hair removed. Eyebrows, hair, beard, facial hair. Absolutely removed. They are walking around in, they're undead, but they seem to be marched around in loincloths, hairless, which is just a huge, not an insult, but not something, yeah, okay, an insult. The dwarves.
Not the beard.
Yeah. And they all have, on different parts of their back for each one, a brand. Earth Grip House sigil. Branded in back.
Tearing up. God damn it.
Some of them, just to add, are being marched down the staircase that leads down into the Underdark. Others marched towards the city. Another grouping similar to that seems like walks just out of your eye shot as they are now passing the front of the house, heading up to the city. This batch sending the dwarves down into the.
So it looks like the humans and the elves are controlling them, or hurting them,
Yeah.
at least.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. She'll point it out to anyone that's standing by. It
Ash,
looks like that they're being controlled and sent both down to the forge and into the city.
We fight them?
I think we should. Mm-hmm.
Rowan starts to head for the door then. Okay.
Wait. Mort, where are you going?
I was going to look out the second floor window to get a better vantage point.
You hear some footsteps running out towards your room from within the house.
Kaylin will draw a short sword. Take a step towards the door.
Okay.
Leading out to the rest of the house.
Okay. Well, you see running in 2 of your 3 servants, Jeremiah, Suzakin, race into the room, weapons drawn. Jeremiah.
Rowan draws weapon and steps up to them.
Wait.
Oh! Looking at Rowan and then back to Kaylin.
He's with us.
Right.
Or they're with us.
All right. Bloody hell. Puts his sword away.
I'm glad to see the two of you are okay. Where's the other one? Was he lost or?
We saw him taken sometime after the assault. Being dragged by with lad wasn't with us here in the state, was returning when whatever these are came through. I don't know where he is now.
We'll try to find him.
They both put their weapon away. Suzuki just watching intently. You're here, that's good. But the state has been safe thanks to the measures that you put in place. Thank you for that. You know what's going on out there?
Probably not any more than you do. I know that Earthgrip's behind it. So if you see him, stay far away, leave, run. And it seems like we got some undead.
Oh, the forces that we heard, they arrived from down there, the Underdark. And that was days ago, but only a handful of undead. Then, as of late last night, early morning, they started sending groups of dwarven undead back down. One party after another. I don't even know what the plan is there, but all the forces seem to arrive from down there. There were quite a few to begin with, but the numbers seem to get greater and greater. They send dwarves down and down.
Dan, remind me, neither of these people are dwarves, right? Jeremiah or
Correct.
Suzuki.
Jeremiah is...
That's what
It's
I
a
thought.
bullfrog.
Oh, Suzuki is dwarven. Jeremiah's human now.
Suzuki, you'll have to excuse me. I'm newer to this city. Do you know why their hair's been taken off and they're in loincloths and branded? Is that historical or is that something new?
I think it's just an insult. That's...
So it's something newer.
I've...
It's happening now.
Right, I've never...
Okay.
That's just a terrible insult.
Absolutely.
The brands, it's...
I just didn't know if they were raised that way or if it was done after they were raised, but it seems like the latter.
I'm afraid I'd hate to find out.
Sure. Okay. Thank you both for whatever, anything that you've done and taking care of this place during this time.
We're glad you're here. I do hope you'll come across the young lad, but the city needs you.
Kaylin will step forward and put a hand on Suzuki's shoulder. I'll be sure to do what I can to find him, okay?
Right. Thank you.
He's family now, as are the two of you, so... Alright, well, we're going to try to make our way up. So
Right.
just hold down the fort as you can.
We will. The fences here seem to be... A few times there have been some that have approached, but no one's been able to get through. They seem to just be ignoring the place now.
Caitlin has a set of unassigned sending stones. That she's going to give one to Susie-kun.
Oh.
Use this to contact me if anything goes wrong, okay? And I can call back to you. You just can't. Have you used sending stones before?
I know how. I haven't used one before, but I know how they work. I think.
Okay.
Once a day, right?
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, just let me know if anything happens
Well,
to you or to the estate, okay?
of course.
Right. Just look back at the group. Are you all ready? What are you, Mort? Are you still wanting to head upstairs?
What did you see out the window? Was it? I take it wasn't good.
Oh, yeah. So I saw dwarven zombies being escorted, you said, into the forge and some into town, correct, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some going down to the forge and some going into town, being controlled by some humans and elves.
Well,
Or
yeah.
herded or whatever you do with zombies.
Well, sounds like we got stuff to deal with out here anyway. So let's, I guess, just get to it.
I know that she looks at Aaron. She'll look at Aaron when I know that you mentioned getting help from the forge. Dan, remind me, the Underdark, that's connected to, like, you start going down to the forge and then that's connected to the Underdark, or is the Underdark a different entrance than where the outside entrance to, like, the long ass entrance to the forge is?
If you drop down, you can access the forge by going down the way these dwarves are going down, but it's a longer way and it's much more difficult to find, as opposed to a much more direct route.
Would be the downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, when you mentioned wanting to get something about the forge's help, do you think, is that still something that you want to try, or?
Yeah, actually, I think if we have a whole bunch of little, if there's a whole bunch of just squishies, we could definitely use the Guardian's help, just kind of clearing the way out while we try to get further up.
Definitely try, for sure.
If it can leave the forge,
Yeah, I don't know. We can definitely try and take the downstairs route, get there a little bit quicker. Is everyone okay with that, or? Rowan, are you okay not fighting for a little bit longer? Hopefully, maybe.
I'll follow your lead.
Mort, what does that mean for your arcane lock?
It's open and closable. I mean, you just need a password.
Very handy.
Yep.
All right.
It's there till I dispel it, in other words.
Let's go and see if the forge can help us. All right. Kaylin will take them back downstairs and through that back entrance.
Okay. All right. Rain and Blueberry, of course, will go with. Devanya, are you good to go as well, or was there anything that Devanya was feeling, or?
Yeah, she'll take everybody else's lead. But she'll. Do you want to block off the entrance and the exit to the entrance to the basement, or leave it open for them to escape in some way? The servants are staying within the confines of the estate, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could.
It seems the estate is held from the outside, at least.
Yeah, I think they're safest here. So, especially if the estate's being ignored, then they should be fine once.
Maybe once we find out if the forge guarding can help us, maybe then, if we have to come back through, that's what I'm worried about. If we block it off and have to come back through this way without traveling for hours to get back the other way and possibly running into zombies. So
Could we give them the password and then tell them not to open the door until they hear from us?
sure. Would that
If you're
work,
okay with that,
Mort?
Mort.
Yes, all they need to know is the password.
Okay.
If they need to evacuate via that door.
What's the password again?
Just Sarah.
Oh.
Right. She'll kind of smile. I'll go and let them know. And she will probably tell Suzuki, Dan.
Okay. You tell Suzuki the password, just update them, and then begin heading back. Everyone else, as you're returning, you all hear, not in your heads, but more almost like so there's a PA system that kind of fills the space. It seems to be coming kind of from the city, but it just kind of echoes and bounces around here throughout the space just outside the city as well. Garden Earthgrip's voice. Your clan's people will march against you. You'll all be slain, chewed apart by your parents, your children, by your loved ones. This is what you all deserve. Every citizen here will get your due. It echoes off back to silence.
Yeah, we got that. Okay.
We should probably get moving.
Yep.
Real fast.
Caleb will just really quick mentally connect to Finn. We're here. The estate's safe, or at least the inside is. We're moving to the forge to see if maybe the forge can help in any way and to make sure it's secure.
Oh, good to know. Welcome home. Oh, the forge. I hadn't even considered that. They got their hands on it. Yes, please keep me updated here on the second floor. We still are managing to hold the persistent attacks at bay, although their forces from the entrance to the third floor have been increased. More and more attack every hour. The stairwell that connects down to the fourth floor has not increased. You're considering attempting to take over the fourth floor instead of the third, so we can cut off their forces down below and effect a pincer move on Roger's Hold. It's our latest plan.
I think that's a good idea. They're bringing them in from the Underdark down here.
Well, if you come across the source or where they're arriving from, please let us know. Perhaps we can insert a team, or perhaps if you have the time and means and it's doable, you can dismantle whatever means they're using.
Okay. All right. See you soon. And that's it. And she'll relay that information to the group. All right, let's go.
Yep. Let's get
Courage. Courage, everyone. We will triumph here.
Yes, we will. We're going downtown, Dan.
make it our way downtown.
All the way.
Woo! Okay. What's
So
the
deep.
password? Okay, what's going
Yes,
on,
Sarah.
strong arms? Nice. Yes, Sarah. Sarah. Okay, so down you go. Down, down, down.
Mm.
Some more. You unlock, you go, bypass the additional security measures. More, you use your password to disable your arcane lock. Do you set it back behind you after you all go through? Okay.
Yep. I'm pretty
Nice.
sure that's how it works. I will double check that.
Okay. And you begin traversing this somewhat safer portion of the Underdark. You don't encounter any of these other creatures going through this way. In fact, you don't really see any others until you are approaching the section that opens up by the underground river here that runs through the Underdark. Hidden behind some other complex cave systems are the three main tunnels, one of which led to that whole place where you fought that fire demon, and one leads over to the forge. Still not like you can't just waltz in there. There's navigation. You have to kind of know where you're going to get there. However, as you're maybe 1,500 feet from that, it's close enough, right? 1,500 feet or so from that area where the forge entrance begins. The river winds around, and you hear and see. You're up about 100 feet, looking down, and maybe 100 feet out or so, and again down 100 feet are three different groups systematically searching the cave system here. They each have like 8 or 9 dwarves. They all seem to be accompanied by anywhere from 3 to 6. They all seem to be elven humanoids. Kind of have like a wood elf appearance, high elf appearance. And they're nowhere near like being over by the forge, but they seem to be systematically searching, or led to.
What is with the elves being here?
Shall I chuck in a fireball?
With the route that you have, you could probably bypass them altogether, because you could stay up here and bypass them all.
Okay.
Should I
Let's
chuck in a fireball?
Let's try to be stealthy and try to go by here without alerting them.
Rowan looks very disappointed.
I'm sorry, Rowan.
Erwin just kind of pats Rowan's shoulder. It's okay, I know how you feel.
Yeah, so we'll try to bypass them, Dan, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you continue walking along. Go ahead, everyone, to make a stealth check.
Sure.
It is a cave system, so we'll,
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh.
Stealthy.
Oh, actually.
Thank you,
Damn,
Lord.
more nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do I still have since I'm still glowing, do I still have the -5?
I'm gonna say not here, because you're up enough and there's enough like cave illumination in this area that you'll blend it. So just a straight roll will be good.
14.
Okay. Divanya?
So not stealthy.
Oh no.
I got an 8.
Oh, okay. Mort?
21.
Oh, right, the 21. That's awesome. Garrick?
13.
Hey, all right. And Rowan?
18.
21 for Kaylin.
And
Nice.
Fix that one name block. It's wrong. After that is... Okay. You all successfully navigate this with seemingly no one's heard you. You find your way around and around and around before you know where to. There's a little set of switchbacks here that you can go down, and it puts you on the proper side of the river. So you are at the main entrance. You can go in and navigate a few of the caves here to get down to the forge if you wish. If that's the plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head on down. You see sitting, raised up as the water kind of comes in and the river bends around either side of this island where atop which the Wraith Star Forge sits undisturbed.
Okay. All right. She'll kind of go over there and kind of like look up and Guardian, Wraith Star.
A little bit loud, you hear the Guardian pushes forth, forming from the stone of the wall, torso up. You summoned me.
Are you aware of the forces that are
Whoa.
that are moving into the cavern?
Kind of leans way down. So, like, yeah, Rowan, you stand about the size of its eye. Everyone's about, that large as it just kind of leans down.
Hi, I'm Rowan. Hi.
Greetings. Kind of bellows and they. Yes. Sarah. There are those that would seem to be seeking. They are far away still, but make progress. Shower them.
Yes.
You
Do
wish
you
I
need
smite
us?
them.
Ooh, do you know how to smite things too?
I
See,
mean,
little-
yes. They are not friends of ours.
It says undead among.
Yes. They're bringing up undead from the Underdark.
A small force such as this should not pose a threat and kind of stands back up a bit.
Yes, I imagine not.
But do know, I sense a greater magic further above.
Yes.
You have limits.
I understand. So we did know about the greater magic above. We're trying to get up there to it, to fight it and to stop it and do what we can. There's other forces in the city that are helping as well.
Good.
I understand that you're protecting the forge. Is there anything, any help that you can give us in this fight?
I am bound to the forge. Can protect anything in this cave, and it's moderately large space around the
Sure.
forge itself. Prevent its access. Aside from that, hold no power.
Understandable. I just wanted to check before we started moving on. But thank you for protecting this area, of course.
And
And for
service of
smiting.
Stormfall. Forge.
What good? You said good persuading. Okay. Well, protect what you can, and I'll leave the safety of the forge in your capable hands.
Be aware. I sensed you travel through the direct route, but there are many, many dozens, over dozens, that now travel through the Underdark, seeking or searching. Whether they're searching for the forge or otherwise, their numbers are great in the Underdark. Beware.
Of course. Thank you. Right. Just kind of turn to the others. I guess we go back to the estate and go up from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we know where Earth Grip is? Which level?
I'm assuming the 3rd floor where the prison is. He, you don't know, but he used to kind of take care of the prison before he was put in prison himself. So I think it's kind of a base for him, I would assume, more than anything else in the city. All right. So back to the estate, and we'll go up from there, I guess.
Sounds like a plan. I don't think we even. I mean, yeah. Let's head back.
I guess we'll go back the way that we came, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, bye, Smitey guy.
And Caitlin will bow to the forge.
Bows down and deforms out and just into the wall again.
That was cool.
All right, if you're just backtracking, let's say you make it safely back because you can go up the same route.
Caitlin, as they were leaving after Rowan was like, that's cool, she'll be like, Finn was created here. Well, his body.
Rowan even know who Finn is?
Has Rowan not met Finn?
She hasn't met Finn. Yeah,
Okay.
Finn's been
Well,
here,
then
right?
if she knew that, she wouldn't. I Stephanie just forgot about that, so she wouldn't have said anything then. Okay.
You could show him the dozens of erotic photos or drawings that you have in your notebook.
Nice.
There are
Up on the wall here.
plenty.
Amazing. All right. You're all able with some light conversation when appropriate, and you don't have to worry about being stealthy. You find your way back up to the door with the arcane lock. You let yourselves in, lock it all behind you, and I imagine return up to the 1st floor of the estate. Susan and Jeremiah, they've prepared a little bit of food. They've gotten some things for sustenance just in case you all need it.
Good beans.
And they aren't talkative too much. They've set the food out. Susan can let you know it's there to partake.
Caitlin's for sure putting some extra into her bag. For old time's sake.
Yeah. Well, now that you're back, what would you all like to do?
That's a good question.
So are we just
Come up from the rear, or
going up? Moving up slowly?
slowly trying to avoid notice, I guess. And we'll fight it when we can.
Yeah.
Can we all fit on the carpet?
That's you know what? Is
Oh.
this all underground? Is there a ceiling to this, or is
There is, yeah. Even in
feel like-
here, there's
I feel like we've tried to all fit on the carpet before, and
it doesn't work,
That's
unfortunately. yeah.
impossible.
I think there's like I think it's
400?
400 pounds, right?
Mhm.
So any arrangement of that, maybe 600, but I think it's like 4 people that can get on there.
Yeah. I mean, I can take my broom if that helps. But I don't know if everyone else has means of flying. What are you wanting to do, Mort?
Well, I mean, we could try to. How high is this? I mean, we could try to avoid them and just go over them.
The ceiling here, like leading up to once you reach the outer part of the city, the ceiling meets the top of this gigantic wall. But out here, leading up to that half a mile, probably 120 to 150 feet tall.
So you're going to try to fly over them?
Well, that's an option. I just wanted to offer it up. I mean,
Can zombies cast fireball?
not that I'm aware of.
Caitlin was looking completely serious when she asked that.
But their handlers, on the other hand, might have some arcanic abilities.
I don't understand the elves.
Neither do I. Where that source of forces are coming from, but I don't know. Do we? I guess we got to make our way up. So
Yeah. I guess just
I mean, assuming from your map, Dan, there are choke points anyway. I mean, from one level to the next.
Correct.
So we're only going to be skipping over the big open areas, and then eventually we have to come down to get to the choke point.
yes, we do. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pretty anyway.
Daniel Murray.
Jeez, and all this time I'm
mean-
just like, what's she laughing at?
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's so wait, are we doing the carpet thing or not?
Well, we have the carpet. You have your broom. I think
have my
Carowin
broom.
can fly as well.
I can take Blueberry on my broom.
I've got my fancy flying death horse.
Oh,
Which, as a side note, if you're riding my nightmare steed, you have resistance to necrotic damage, so that might be helpful here.
Right. Yes. Also, Dan, Kaylin will set her belt to necrotic damage too.
Oh, click, click. You turn the dial.
Okay. Let's try to fly over this thing.
Okay, I'll roll out the carpet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it is the 600-pound variety, by the way.
Okay, so you get like 4 regular adults on there, probably safely, plus maybe a blueberry if you wanted to. Maybe.
Yeah, but
Garrick can jump into his workshop if he needs to, and then somebody can carry the.
Disc.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I think even if you overload, there's like an additional 200 pounds you can put on it. Just
slows
speed.
it down. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just slows it down.
So one way or the other, you're able to collect everyone, and is
Try to
anyone
fly
wanna,
over.
like what exit? How do you want to leave the estate? Which exit, and then do you want to fly directly up, or is anyone going to scout first?
I mean, leaving the estate, is there more than one exit out to the city up to that first level, or?
I think the only one, I guess, is
Only
that
one.
we've talked about is the front. Unless you would have wanted a second one when you had all the renovations done, security renovations.
She probably wouldn't have thought about that. Stephanie didn't think about it, so
Is it
yeah.
the estate? Is it a classic building with a pitched roof, or is it more of a
Pitched
castle?
roof, really? And it's my estate?
Well, or is it like a castle with a
Crenulations.
It's an effing
Wow.
castle,
Okay.
Mort.
Nice. Look, there's your answer again.
I wasn't privy to the design
Yeah.
phase of the renovations.
Pitched roof. Pitched roof.
Mortal, take a sip of water.
Oh my gosh. You clearly offended Kaylin's aesthetic. Oh,
That was
that's
the
so
first
silly.
thing that went. That was the first thing that was fixed.
Mhm.
The pitched roof.
Beautiful. Okay.
Well, Mortal just pointed out, well, if we're flying and there is a
Mm.
roof access, we can just leave from the roof.
Now, is there a roof access, Dan?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? Let's take
It
the
makes
roof.
sense. Yeah. Okay, you head up to the second floor, and then there's a small area where there's an even smaller in dimension third floor that's sort of at the top of this castle that has some windows to look out if you wish. Otherwise, there is a ladder that pulls down that you can use a trapdoor to go up to the roof.
Kaylin's like, I didn't even know this was here.
It's one of the renovations.
Right.
They added this other thing.
To the roof.
Right up to the roof. Okay. Does anyone want to look outside? Just to check.
To the roof area?
Out front.
You mean...
Yeah. Because if you're flying up, you know.
I mean, I would assume. Okay.
I'll glance around.
Okay.
No, please don't feel that you have to, but just wanted to check before we flew straight
30-20.
Oh, nice. Okay. Elephant. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, wow, dirty 20. So you look around and
Erwin peeks up and then realizes that her forehead's glowing, and then she does this, and then she does this, and she goes, crap.
That's awesome. Oops. Beautiful. Oh, awesome. You spy that currently you don't see anyone out in front. You do see the double doors. It's because you're up pretty high and you rolled so well. The cave comes in and strikes the wall. The wall's been built into this cave. It's about a half a mile down. Doors are some 80 feet tall. So even from here, you can kind of see that they are swung wide open. And there's just a couple of individuals that look like they're walking around by the door. That's it, currently.
I'll look over to Galen. Are you sure I can't fireball?
Isn't just a couple of people that are walking around by the door, Dan?
To the city.
There's not anymore. Oh, okay. I thought there were more zombies around. I'll save that.
Yeah.
Aside from those ones, we look fine.
Okay. Thank you, Aaron.
Does anyone want the dark horse?
Ring will probably join you.
For sure.
Can I go with you?
I will summon my nightmare steed.
It comes out of
My
that
arcane steed.
portal.
Jonathan,
Nice.
coming up.
Oh. Ring will pop up with you. Exciting. You all, I'm assuming you're just flying up as high as you can to get out of sight and heading over towards the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right. I guess go ahead and just make a collective. If everyone can make a stealth check as you approach the door, the top of the door is 80 feet tall. So if things go smoothly and you wanted to, you could probably just fly in under the door into that next section of the city. It's all about 120 feet of clearance from base to ceiling.
So what are we rolling, Dan?
Stealth.
Great.
11.
Okay, 11 for Aaron. Devanya? Oh,
Sorry, I've been scouring notes because some things popped into my head.
Oh, just a stealth check if we get a chance.
Okay.
Thanks.
11.
Oh, okay. All right, Kaylin?
When in doubt, just use my actual name.
Yeah,
17.
okay. 17?
Mm-hmm.
Or?
21.
Oh.
So if I'm not wasting these 19s.
A lot of 21s tonight.
Yeah, it's exciting. Garrick?
20 on the rocks.
Oh, nice. And Rowan?
23.
Oh, okay. You approach the door. The two, again, elven guards. I guess they're sort of walking around. They clearly aren't trained in guardsman duties. They're not any official militia or anything. But they seem to be guarding. They don't notice you at all. If you wanted, you could fly through the door into the city. In fact, as you look, you get a better view here. Peering in to the city through this 80-foot tall door. You're not really seeing anyone else in there. You see another elf or two walk about, and a couple of undead being led, maybe 4 or 5 within the 2.5 blocks or so as you peer in.
Okay, so all right. So we're officially level 5 now.
Yeah, you fly in. So now that you're in the city, you see just a couple, again, maybe 2 elves and maybe 3 or 4 undead dwarves specifically, in this case, being led by them. Otherwise, within the first couple of blocks, you don't really see anyone else. Do you want to continue What would you like to do now that you're in here? Do you want to investigate the rest of this?
Were
fifth floor?
there this many non-dwarves in the city before?
There was a decent assortment of different races that have been shipwrecked, but I don't think you've
It
ever
was
seen
like
them in this
95%.
concentration.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
95% dwarf or something, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And now there's just a lot of taller people.
yeah.
That looks fine.
Elves, humans.
Elves specifically, or
Mhm.
more?
Elves so far. Wood elves, high elves, moon elves, elves. Hmm. So the city sprawls out before you. A lot of those, the fancy restaurant you all ate at, where you had a beef with the host. All of those places are down here. They're ritzy, well-to-do shopping centers, some of the residential areas, and restaurants and such.
And we're not seeing any like citizens, like any
Ye-
regular people.
Yeah, you've only gone in like a block and a half visually, but if you want, what would you like to do? Would you like to continue investigating, or do you want to head right to one of those two stairwells?
Kaylin would mentally to the entire group probably. Are we looking around, or do you just want to head straight to the passageway to the fourth floor?
Well, do we know where Earth Grip is?
I
I
think
reply
the
mentally.
third. I think the third. I mean, I'm assuming the third.
Did he seem like the type who would fight or who would send people to do his fighting for him? Dan.
I mean, if
Can I
anyone-
roll an insight check or something?
Are you gonna ask like your?
I'll ask the group.
Yeah, see if they have any.
I mean, I feel like maybe a bit of both. Honestly, I mean, he's kind of a spitfire, but also a bit of a coward at times.
Mhm.
So
I mean, he summoned an army of undead. He was doing his own
Right.
fighting.
I mean, but what leader does
Yeah,
all their infighting? So
Yeah, who
even
knows
the bad ones.
what powers he's been imbued with, so he might be feeling his oats, so to speak.
And there's like another 40 blocks or whatever to the fifth floor that you haven't seen. Just to know like how much you'd have to. I mean, you could fly over it without much ado, but just to give you a
Mentally, should I? Do you want me to fly down and just in a unpopulated area without undead and see if there are people inside the houses or if they've all been turned?
just to add to the visual, there might be streets full of undead. You wouldn't know from here. You'd have to fly over
Right,
and look around.
right. Yeah. Or do you just want to fly over?
Well, I would think let's do our best effort to survey the streets to see just how many we're dealing with without being noticed, obviously. And if we see an area where you can maybe dip in there and see if there's anyone normal around, maybe. But we'll judge, I guess.
Do
as
you
we
want to go for maybe rooftop to rooftop?
Yeah, so as long as we try to keep it unnoticed.
Maybe we can stay out of sight and yet still get a good idea of what the streets look like around.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good
otherwise, I
idea.
mean, they could just as easily look up and see us if we're flying over, high. So, at least a little bit closer, we would have a little bit of a shelter from, a little bit of a cover from the buildings that we're flying close to. Okay. Yeah, we'll kind of go down a bit, Dan, closer to the rooftops, and kind of move from one to the next to try and keep an eye out for what's happening in the streets. If we see anyone that's not undead or that doesn't seem like it's one of the people controlling the undead,
Right.
how many undead there are.
Go ahead and make everyone, since you're all flying and looking good, make perception checks if you would. as you begin flying and surveying the 5th floor to count the number of forces, these swarms of forces that Garten is some.
16 for Kaylin.
Okay.
19 for Mort.
Okie doke. Garrick?
Natural 20 for 22.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Rowan?
Why would Rowan do this? Rowan isn't hearing a conversation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Everyone's so quiet.
Rowan will. Everyone's quiet, so Rowan's just being quiet.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome, Divania.
28.
Oh, nice. And Aaron win.
21.
Wow.
We are eyes in the sky, baby.
For
Eyes-
We see
real.
all.
For real. Oh
I've
my
opened
goodness.
up my third eye.
Stormfall drones checking it all out.
Nice.
I'll put my
With
notes
these,
down now.
that's amazing. With these incredible rolls, and you notice 2 things. One, streets are virtually empty. You spot nary a soul or soulless body down here whatsoever. You also notice that at some point very, recently, within the past 24 to 36 hours, there were droves and droves and droves of creatures walking through here. There's all the telltale signs of streets full, all the different tracks and some of the dusty parts on the road, things broken and knocked over and pushed over, even through like alleyways. This area was chock full of creatures, again, within the past 24, 36 hours. Now, like a ghost town. There's a large echo, of course, in here because it's so empty, and you can hear even the water trickling down the walls. Although it does catch your ear as a little bit closer at one moment, and you see Blueberry carefully peeing off the side of the
God,
carpet.
Dan.
And with that, we'll take our bio break. So nice, Frank. That's perfect. Yeah, big concert lit out. It really is. Yeah. So if anyone doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. I'll put our BRB screen up, but our audio will be hot because we are, and that way we can chat with you. We'll catch you all in about 10 minutes or so. Bing. I will definitely be back because I have to pee bad.
Yeah, not to be rude, but Rowan has no idea anything's happening.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
If I looked up the recipe for Cracker Barrel dumplings and I was disappointed.
You should be. You really should be. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is it?
I think they're just using the
what is
wrong
it? Just
word.
like flour? Just like
Some salt,
Yeah.
some butter, and I
Mhm.
think maybe some baking soda.
yeah. Yep. See.
It's kind of like looking at a sliced loaf of bread and saying, "Look, it's a stack of sandwiches."
Mm.
It's like, yeah, it kind of is, but no, not really. It's the start of something, maybe, but
Alright, telekinesis. Where's my telepathic shit?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Guard in mind. Oh, maybe it's. No, it's under. Oh, maybe features and traits, maybe. Action surge. Intellect movement. Telepathic, here we are.
Did Van Holt say that everything was quiet right now, or are they in the middle of fighting?
Well, they're moving from they were moving from the first set and this first to the second level. Then from they're trying to get to the third level, but then thought they'd move the fourth level now. So I think they've cleared out stuff up there, but I honestly am not even sure that if they're bringing them up from the Underdark up to the prison, then that's probably the stopping point. You know what I mean? Because they didn't even know about the undead. So I think the third level is the stopping point for the undead, is what I assume. So it's probably why they were like, oh well, there have been a few people, but it's been okay. We're still holding our own.
So would it make more sense for them to hold the second level, and then we come to the third? Because if they're gonna go to the fourth, we're gonna.
I don't. Well, I mean, but there's nothing. They've already cleared the second level. So when they're trying to get to the third level, but he said that they're having trouble. They're blocking off the entrance. But the entrance to the fourth level from the second level isn't blocked. So I don't think that they really can, try and fight there. They're definitely, whatever's on the third level is definitely trying to make it to where we only have one way to get in. But unfortunately, there's really nothing that,
Right. Sounds like they're all the bad guys are at the third, and they're trying to get to the second, and the second can't get down because that's the choke point. So eventually, maybe.
And
both.
I think that they blocked it, right? Didn't he say something that they were blocking? That they just couldn't get through. So I think that they're trying to make it to where the only way into the third level is from the fourth level, which would make sense because then they can.
Right. Yeah.
But the way Finn responded, it seemed like that they were about ready to just give up on getting from the second level to the third level and just go to the fourth. But at least then we will have people fighting with us and not, just the 7 of us.
On his map.
I'm also not entirely sure if Kaylin, without someone telling her, if Kaylin would even be aware of all the entrances into the different areas. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Has Mort been inside the prison before?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, right?
Yep.
You've been inside
we
the
thought
prison?
about going into the kitchen.
I hate that seems risky.
Jumping right into the thick of it.
Yeah.
I think Davania's been to the prison door because there was a one point where Davania was scouting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The prison before we went in.
Yeah.
And Davania's also been gem shopping, which may have been on a different level again. So Davania may have, having done some exploration on her own, may actually be one of them that are guides through the city.
Into the thick of it.
And Kayla's probably been everywhere, but yeah, she doesn't have the spell though, so it doesn't matter. There's so many penises.
Yeah, I was looking. There's so many. I mean, it looks like there's 2
penises. There's more than 2 penises.
No, there's 2
Yeah,
penises
definitely
from
more than
each
2.
level to the next level. From the first can go from the third or the second.
Mm-hmm.
It's hentai fan art.
The second can go to the fourth or the third.
Mm-hmm.
So and the fourth can go from either to the third or the second. So.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I got distracted for like 10 minutes going through my notes because I was trying to figure things out. I know I'm missing months of lore simply because there was a point where I wasn't here for a couple months. But trying to
Mm-hmm.
holy.
Ton of lube. Mm-hmm.
You're saying they were Romans or Greek?
Yeah. I mean, strictly meta-wise, it makes sense for him to go to the third because the prison would be a fortifiable position
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and
to
it's
hold,
filled with a bunch of people. I mean,
and people likely to fight with him.
because
Either willingly or
I'll
unwillingly.
give you your freedom for a
Right.
price.
Right? And
Oh my
those who
God,
don't,
this sounds amazing. Pickle
Welcome.
brined chicken sandwich.
More Cracker Barrel?
No, I'm actually looking at a new Filipino place on DoorDash around here.
Nice.
oh, pickled chicken. That's interesting.
Oh my goodness. Oops. Smashes into desk.
How dare you?
Empty beer cans, hot dog wrappers. It's so funny. Alright, I'm gonna drop our BRB screen. Back on me for the moment. Everyone but Samsies. My goodness. I'll take one more moment just so I can catch up on my notes
Mm-hmm.
as we progress.
Yes.
Check to see if Mariah's knocking on your door. She was she
Oh.
was asking about the break. So
Oh, okay. We know what to spray. Oh, look at that.
What?
All right. Oh yeah, I did. I dropped an hour's worth of Underdark ambient music. It's playing for the stream,
Oh.
but that's
Yeah.
what's in Zoom, just in case you want a little bit of that, background music.
Wonderful.
yeah, I've been listening to the dripping catacombs for the
Nice.
past hour and a half.
And that's why we have a bio break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Oh, my
A little
gosh.
inspirational.
Nice. All right, there's that. Right. Oh my gosh. Garden.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we're all
Avocado
very eager to
flavor.
see Garden.
Nice. Really like to see that happen, but I guess I have to see.
Oh, goodness.
That's it is. Okay. Oh, this guy. Okay. Oh, Daniel. Oops. Lance, thank you so much for the sub 15 months.
Hi.
Thank you very much. Hello. Daniel, we can hear you.
Can I have a headphone?
Next up, Sweet 16. Yes, yes, indeed. Hi.
What's your name again?
What was my name?
Dan's been gone so long.
I know, right? It's Dan.
Well, I was at my dad's.
Really?
Yeah,
Cool.
McDonald's for
Sounds like
dinner.
fun. Nice. Word.
McDonald's. McDonald's.
He's loving it.
Nice.
I drink.
Do-do-do-do-do.
It's full of water. I mean soda.
Oh, good.
McDonald's.
Good. You'd hate to think it's soda and then taste water. That would be a bummer.
And we got some drinks from McDonald's and some food from McDonald's.
Mm,
Do you like that?
that sounds pretty tasty.
Have you go to McDonald's?
I have one right around the corner from my house.
But how come you're not going to McDonald's?
Right now, I just ate something else instead. But maybe next time. Let's see. All right, message Mariah or the chat. So okay, I think we'll pop back. So bye. Have fun with your enjoy your McDonald's. Yes, empty, like a ghost town here in this entire 5th level. We switch back to the battle layout here so we can. Our viewers can get that vibe. You've gone from your estate. Let's see. Can I do this? Yeah, from the estate down here, traveled up to the big ass door, and you've flown in and done sort of a circle around the 5th floor. In fact, even as you make this pattern, whatever pattern you're doing to search this floor, you pass near-ish the 2 doorways that lead up these stairwells. The doorways are wide open, and you don't see a soul guarding it. But you do see all that mess of creatures having pushed through this area.
The doorways leading to the second level.
There are 2. Well, you're on the 5th floor. Yeah, so the 4th.
Right. That's
yeah.
what I mean. Yeah. The
There are
4th
2
level.
different
Sorry.
stairwells, and both of them you see open, with all the signs of this traffic heading up there. And Rowan sitting silently, just,
Is so like this. You said the streets are empty.
Yeah.
I think since we're staying at the rooftops, Kaylin would quickly take her broom down to one of the buildings, like in front of one of the buildings, and try and look in the windows.
All right, make a fresh perception check,
Okay.
if you would, please.
Oh, an 8.
Oop, just looks like empty homes.
She would try one of the doors.
Door opens up.
Looking inside, like pushing the door open a little bit, looking inside. Is there anyone there?
Gosh,
Anything
what's
there, I
perception of
guess.
8? I mean, you don't see any people. Let me just do a roll.
If she didn't see anyone immediately, she would probably step in a bit too.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in a bit. It looks like, gosh, I mean, this is one of those fancier homes. There's a lot of nothing seems to be broken inside or
Okay.
touched per se. I guess just do one more quick perception check as you're now inside and you're taking a little time to look.
Better. That's an 18.
Okay. Standing out from the decor, very clearly understood aesthetic in here. Standing out
Yeah.
from that, are some barrels small barrels, maybe gallon barrels, wooden barrels.
She would definitely like trying to look around if there's any traps or anything, just in case, as she walks towards the barrels to get a closer look.
With the perception check you did, you didn't really see. The barrels are kind of parsed around this room, and you can see it through a doorway this way, a few more off to the other side.
She would pick one up if one's close to her, and just kind of. Does it open? Is it just an enclosed barrel?
Seems to be an enclosed, sealed. They have cups. Can you make a dexterity check? I guess what would that even be? I guess it's just a straight dexterity check.
Great.
Yeah, you kind of pick it up and turn it over to take a look.
Wait a minute. Just give me a second here to tell you what I got.
Okay.
That's a 6. Actually, a 7.
I forget which camera looks at you and which one looks at the viewers, but
You're looking at me.
okay.
Give it to me, Dan. What
All
happens?
right. Well, jeez.
Yep.
I'm gonna say, like, how close to the door are you? It's an important.
It depends on where the barrel was, because she would have walked up to the barrel.
There's
to pick
one
it
only
up.
like 8 feet in.
She would have walked to the closest one, so 8 feet in.
You pick this barrel up and kind of tip it to look and see if it's sealed. Ah, my gosh, I'm gonna have to do a roll, aren't I? It explodes. Oh no. Oh jeez. Okay. Alright, the streets are kind of wide here. You get... I'm gonna have to roll damage, aren't I? Do you have any resistance to force or fire damage currently?
No.
Alright, well this isn't like ton for you. You're gonna get blown out into the street. So everyone that's up above, Kaylin would of course inform them, I'm gonna go in and just take a look. You open the door, and you hear this kaboom, and then another kaboom, exploding outward from this first explosion, one after another. You see Kaylin get blown out into the street, taking...
Wait, why did no one go with her? What happened to her buddy system?
Well, technically she had blueberry on her.
No,
Oh.
she didn't. No, I didn't. I said I could take blueberry, but he said that blueberry could go in the carpet, so I figured that was the case.
It's 29 points of damage, Kaylin.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you've got tons. So everyone's up. Things are exploding, and this is, unfortunately, due to the rolls and the placement of all these, a cascading effect. And one after another, these barrels are exploding, bringing the house down, exploding barrels in the next house, and the next, and the next, as they were designed to do. I imagine everyone else has kind of time and space to fly up. Kaylin, you're knocked into the street, so you're sort of safe at this point. You're in the middle of the street. But several blocks nearby seem to fall to this. Probably about 10 or 11 blocks before it fails to trigger some of the other blocks nearby. About an eighth of this area has collapsed due to these rather loud explosions.
So much for being stealthy.
There's a cloud of dust that obscures some vision, for what that's worth, in case anyone wants to use that.
How's Kaylin feeling, Dan?
You're not prone, and your ears are ringing a bit. Probably, of course, weren't expecting it. It's maybe a little shaken, but otherwise, You see your friends as, kind of push through the smoke that's starting to, and dust that's starting to billow up.
Does she still have her broom in her hand, or is her broom around? Okay, she'll bring out her broom and oh man.
You hear another bucket ignite elsewhere.
She'll fly up to the carpet. I'm sorry, we should probably go towards the thing before it draws anyone here.
I'm sure. Well, looks like it'll be looking down at the exploding houses. There were set up traps for
We
people.
should go. We can talk when we get to the second level.
Okay.
Just in case, I don't want anything to be drawn here, so we should go.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's go.
Okay. You continue on slowly as buildings collapse and kind of fall across streets and fire catches and moves along. You hear other blocks starting. and
Kayla's destroying her own city.
No, I was like, no. Okay, and you fly up. Was all that last bit spoken out loud? Just so I know, like, what Rowan is hearing and what he's not,
yeah, she
what
would have
they're
said that
not.
out loud, probably because she wasn't thinking. So
Okay. All right. You fly over towards I imagine the closer of the two stairwells, which would be the right-hand one from where this set off. Again, you approach the stairwell. Lots of sound behind, but even these stairwells have like 70-foot tall areas. They wind and turn, but
While
they're
we-
empty.
travel. Dan, she would reach out to Finn again and just been like, "We're heading towards the second level right now."
Understood. I don't know what you should expect there. It's home to the great houses and the authority and such. You already know what's there.
Is your
Be
group
careful.
still heading towards the second floor, or are you still trying to get to the third?
I
Yeah. No, is your group heading? We're heading towards. Reverse that, Dan. She would have said we're heading towards the fourth floor, and the second, and then she would ask, are you still going to the third floor, or are you trying to go to the fourth floor as well?
We're currently attempting to go to the fourth floor. The forces of every hour increased from the stairwell from the third, from Roger's Hold. So with fewer forces heading down to the fourth floor, we're going to concentrate our efforts there and then enact a pincer maneuver on the third floor, attack from both sides. This is the plan. How on earth did you navigate through the fifth floor? Are you?
Yeah.
Did you find a safe route around all the enemies? Our sources say they're a great number.
There weren't any enemies there. It was completely emptied out.
Oh, how can there be none?
There wasn't any. A lot of foot traffic from people moving through, but there weren't any zombies there, or others, or it looked like anyone.
I don't like this, Jacera. That makes no sense. We'll push through. We'll be pushing through soon, and hopefully we can meet you on the fourth floor. Better assess, but be careful. If they're not on the fifth floor, they must be swarming the fourth.
See you on the fourth then. And she'll end the connection. Going.
Anyone have anything as you're all flying over towards the stairs? Okay. Range, it's good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, good, Aaron. And Devanya, you're good? Sorry.
I'm going to light up 2 more runes, that's it.
Oh, okay. Aaron, when you light up 2 more rooms. Devanya?
Devanya's gonna ask Kaylin if she's okay. And if she needs anything healed up or bandaged or or anything.
She'll open up mentally she'll reply, but it will be heard by everyone except for Finn. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'll be okay. Thank you, Devanya.
Mm-hmm. Can I reply back mentally? I forgot.
Yeah, it's open.
She'll reply almost like a chuckle in the back of your head and say, it seems to be a running theme for all of us. It's okay.
I just hope no one was in the houses. It's bad enough it's... Anyways.
At least there wasn't anybody in the houses, right?
Don't know.
Good point. Fuck.
Okay. Well, discuss that. That's right, Rain. So you have everyone bamfed to the estate beneath Calda Rule. And you've all flown in. You've checked the forge. There are mistreated undead dwarves led by a bunch of elves in different parties and packs searching for something in the Underdark. Some were kind of close to the forge, but everyone made it down. The spirit of the forge said, like in these smaller groupings, that they can handle it, but they too have a limit. The party came back and found out from their servants that are safe within the estate that all of these creatures came up from the Underdark. I mean, there weren't really many undead when they all arrived, but in the past, couple of days, a bunch of these dwarven undead have been sent down there, and they've come back and sent down and come back. Everyone flew way up by the ceiling over to the doors to enter the 5th floor, and it's all but empty. Kaylin went in to investigate some of the houses and stuff. She saw some odd barrels, maybe like a gallon size of wooden barrels. And when she picked one up to kind of, investigate, it set it off. It exploded, and that just made the others explode, and it's slowly destroying the entirety of the 5th floor. Everyone else is...
Really? It's still going?
Surprise!
Dan, were any of the elves we saw drow?
No, so far anyway. Wood elves, high elves, and other varieties, but no drow.
But no other Underdark denizens.
Correct.
Huh. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than just the dwarven undead, it seems, and there's a lot as well as Aaron saw earlier. An awful lot of these elves for this area. Many more than were ever here when you all were here. You're now flying to the right-hand staircase leading up to the 4th floor to investigate. Also, no one in sight as you fly through, and stop me if you don't want to fly through, but if you do, you navigate up the stairwell. About 70-foot tall ceilings here. More nothing. Except for the signs of dozens and dozens and hundreds of footsteps that have marched through here, filled the 5th floor, marched up through the stairwell and the other. You arrive at the 4th floor. You're looking over this grand open area, beautiful ornate pillars that line the space before the 5 great houses built into the side of the cave area here. There's other buildings and other structures and other somewhat administrative buildings that you've been here. This is where you all went to speak before the council, too, this floor. As you enter, anyway, this first initial area, when you pour out into the fourth floor, same as below. Maybe here and there you see, from a distance, a couple of elves with like 3 dwarven undead. All the dwarven undead have had all their hair removed, eyebrows, facial hair, and they're undead, but being made to walk in their loincloths, and they all have a brand somewhere on their back of the House of Earthgrip, Garden Earthgrip. Around the time that you enter here, and you see that once again it's a bit empty, you hear booming as though through a PA system on each floor. You hear it behind you, down on the 5th floor, you hear it on this floor, and further ahead. Garden Earthgrip's voice once again, as though he's addressing the citizens. As we speak, the homes of the council are being raided and dismantled. I will make sure that every piece of history of this city that turned its back on me is erased. No one will escape. No one will be remembered. And it fades out into just the sounds of cavern here.
Well, he's rather full of himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a real...
Courage.
Let's go. Put him in his place.
I mean, this Garten guy, he seems like... Is he a joke? Like, this isn't... There couldn't be more clear of a sign of a trap if it hit you in the face.
What do you mean?
It's like, there's nothing here. It's like, if he's got an undead horde, he could be waiting for us.
It's all on the 3rd floor. Some of the army is coming down from the 2nd floor to the 4th, so we should probably wait for them before we try to move on.
And you're just in the initial part, too, of this 4th floor. So if you want to go exploring, let me know.
Shall we continue in?
Yes, let's be careful.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for any sort of, like, commander's tent, if you will. Any place that looks like it came, that either Earthquake might be, or do you get what I'm saying, right, Dan?
No, because I started opening a different thing and I didn't catch it. I'm so sorry. Worse. Oh my goodness.
So I'm gonna keep an eye out for any like commander's tent, even though I know it's not gonna be a tent, but place of command center.
Okay.
21.
Okay. You all begin navigating around. If anyone else is just has anything they want to look for, or please feel free to do a perception check as well.
Caitlin would say mentally, if you see any small barrels, don't touch them.
Or we could set them all off so that they don't get used as traps from a distance, of course, so they don't get used as traps against the others.
Well, just be careful around them.
Aren't these people's homes, though?
You would know, Kaylin, that these are, the big 5 homes and the big families, but there are other residential places here.
Dan, where's the water table?
Oh gosh. I mean, I think you're pretty safe here. If anything,
Garrick knows that there was an underground like river kind of thing, right?
yeah.
By where the forge is. Is that fed from below or is that fed from above? And if it's fed from above, is it above or below the third level?
It's fed from below. That springs up. It's an aquifer, so I don't think that anyone's seen anything at this level, so should be safe from that.
I guess Kayla would just keep an eye out. I mean, you've already said it's pretty empty, but just in case she sees anyone or any sign of life, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let me go around and check. Let me see if this is going to come back up. I need it to. Yep. Cool. Sorry. I don't want to do that. Let me go around and get everyone's perception checks. Now, mind you, Rowan isn't in the link yet. In case there's anything you want to communicate outside of that. Yeah.
Fantasy Grounds up? Or...
It is, yeah.
Okay. From today's messages I saw, we're switching to D&D Beyond, so I just wanted to make sure.
If you have a rain built out there, go ahead and use D&D Beyond. But if not, you're welcome to jump into Fantasy Grounds.
Awesome. You said perception check?
Please, if you would. And if you need to know the bonus, let me know. I can take a peek.
Yes, please.
All right, let's see. Perception for rain is going to be a +8. Nice. Rowan, are you looking at all? I know you're not in on the call, but do you feel Rowan would be looking around at all?
I think Rowan, not having much else to do, would just kind of be focused on whether or not we're spotted.
Okay.
So I think that's what Rowan would kind of be looking out for.
Okay. If you want to make a perception check related to that, we'll do. Okay. All right. Let's see. Kaylin, what's your perception check?
Perception is 22.
Oh, nice. All right, Mort.
10.
Okay. Garrick.
18.
All right. And Rowan.
9.
Okay. Devanya.
14.
Oh, okay. Aaronlyn was
21.
21. And Rain.
26.
Oh, dang. Okay, so Rowan specifically, you're keeping a very careful eye. Very infrequently as you search this area, you see a small grouping of these people, but you all seem to be high enough in this area, and the carpet and these other tools don't really make sound. Not spotted. You're keeping a careful eye on all of them. As for everyone else, rolling just a straight, perception check to look around. Aaron went specifically, rather, because you had a specific thing. You see areas that were definitely, at one point recently, within the past 24 36 hours, set up as those command centers. Not really tents per se, but you have a rough idea of what that looks like. Abandoned now, or at least not in use at the moment. Several across this whole area. The largest appear to be both near the base of the stairwell up to the second floor, and then over towards the base of the stairwell up to the third floor. The two stairwells going up have like a large concentration of areas that were recently acting as those camps.
And Brewer said that the second floor was being attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
But not like full-on assault yet?
It was. Brewer said that they were effectively full assault, but they were holding them off, and that they were like coming up with a plan to counter that and retake the third floor. However, that plan shifted when forces increased by the hour from that Roger's Hold third floor to the right up to the second floor. Forces are getting greater and greater and greater every hour. Whereas this other stairwell that leads from the floor you're on up to the second floor has been the same number of creatures there attacking.
Okay, so there's probably some still on the way to the second floor, but most are on the third floor. Aaron One will think this around to everyone and say it out loud to Rowan if they're close enough.
Probably. As you go around near that stairwell, because things echo, you'll hear that stairwell to the left that leads up to the second floor definitely has a lot of creatures in it. They're obviously huge stairwells and a lot of steps, and probably a couple hundred creatures could reside in there up towards the upper part.
I really want to throw a fireball up there. And I'm looking over at Kaylin like, can I? It might help. Or do we want to wait? I have the delayed blast one, so I can chuck it in there, and then we can head up to the third floor.
Then
go at the same time as the booms.
Are we okay to throw a fireball into the stairwell leading from the fourth to the second? Are y'all still fighting your way through?
Yes, that would be helpful. We have them. The barricades are holding, and we're using ranged fire on them currently. We don't want to bring the entirety of that stairwell down unless we absolutely have to as a last resort, but we want to allow our forces to move through here so we can attack the third floor from both, from the first floor and the second floor and the fourth floor together in a united attack.
Yeah, we can try to get rid of some of the things on that stairwell for you.
If it can be done carefully so that the stairwell doesn't collapse. Is the only issue. How are you faring, though, on the fourth floor? By the number of these creatures that attack, it must be swarming, surely.
And I think that they're all on the third. There's nothing here.
I don't understand. There's no way that the
Only
number of
more tracks leading to the third floor.
But where are they going?
They've moved everyone.
The numbers we've seen, Sarah, that the third floor couldn't possibly hold them all.
I mean, I don't know where else they would be.
If you unravel this mystery, please. Whatever's going on here, whatever Garden has up his sleeve, this feels like the foundation of it. I don't know what's going on. If we figure out this trick.
If y'all see any small barrels, don't bother them. It's traps. He's trapped all of the houses and businesses.
I'll alert everyone. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Good find.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How far, just at it, we're looking at the stairwell from the fourth to the second, right?
Yep.
How far away is the stairwell from the fourth to the third?
Between the two? My gosh. These are pretty big areas. I'm gonna say... Take a quick look here and do some realistic math.
And then while you're doing math, Dan, I want to know how long the staircase is from the fourth to the second floor.
Okay. All right, so again, this map, fairly abstract. The city itself is probably about this floor here. I'm gonna say maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles across, maybe around 10,000 feet from west to east of this entire zone. So that would put this maybe about 7,000 feet from the left staircase to the right staircase. Now the staircases themselves probably, oh my gosh, I'm gonna say maybe to walk it in a direct line would be maybe 1,500 feet.
Or to fly above it.
Yeah. Like a straight line would be 1,500 feet. And they're probably about 20 feet wide or so, 20, 25 feet wide. They're pretty grand staircases. Again, obviously the scale doesn't quite match up. The one on the right is a much shorter distance, probably only 500 feet to the third floor. Whereas the one to the left, up to the second floor, that's about 1,500 feet, about 3 times the length.
Okay, so just to make sure I get you right, the distance between the staircase up to the second and the staircase up to the third is like 5,000 feet.
7,000 feet.
Oh, this is a big place.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look at Kaylin. So, I need to be within 150 feet to throw my fireball. So because these places are big, I could either go on my own or someone can come with me and I can join Brewer up and come down and meet you guys in the middle. Because attempting to go up there, fly down, fly across, fly up is going to take a long time. It might be faster to just go up and down.
Sure. I just see something. Let's see here.
While you're sorting that, Kaylin, can I just ask Rowan or Rain if you have anything that passively detects, any kind of undead or anything like that? I just want to make sure I give everyone
Dan, I just got back. I
got
back. Don't you kill me.
Rowan does not.
Okay. I think Rain's way, though I guess I think they have to make it active.
Wait, Aaron, when you were thinking about going up and down?
Well,
Up,
I
over,
mean,
and down?
like, because this place is so big, right? If I were to go, and I can only fly so far so fast, so because the range on my fireball isn't, a mile and a half long, I have to go up there in order to chuck it. I can still be a safe distance away, but I have to go up there. And then if I were to join you guys on the third floor, I'd have to fly all the way back down the stairs, all the way across the chamber, which she's pointing, and all the way up those stairs. And I think that would leave me out of the fighting too long. It may be faster for me to go up here, help clear out that end. I can take Rowan or Kaylin or someone with me. We clear out this end, and then we go up, and then we join up with Brewer on the second floor and help continue to push in.
But that means you have to kill every single enemy before you can get through.
It's a big fireball. Or at the very least, we can whittle them down enough that we can fly overhead. So if these are zombies, right, they're just walking on the floor. They can't get us 50 feet up in the air, right? She says with more confidence than she feels.
Yeah, I mean, Kaylin doesn't know anything about undead. It sounds about right. Sure. Actually, can I, Dan?
Yes.
Since Kaylin is a sage and she's done a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Is there any check that I can make about what I've heard, what I've read about undead in the past?
I'll say this. As we're discussing, I'm gonna say for Rowan, And I think both Mort and you are sages. So any sages? Is anyone else a sage? Have a sage background? I don't think so.
Is it only for sage background, or can it be magic people?
Now sage only because they would like probably study tactician sort of things. But Rowan not specifically, but definitely Rowan. You fought undead. Fair bet. And you know that any necromancer that, based on the tracks and everything else, that can summon and control like this much going on. Rowan, you're just going to know this, but Mort and Kaylin, go ahead and do, I guess, a history check to see if there's anything you can add. Your spidey sense is going off, Rowan, in that there's very likely more than zombies. It's highly doubtful it's just zombies are the fodder, but there's typically other creatures that are mixed into like a necromancer's assault. Some nasty stuff. A history for Caitlin and Mort.
Sure, fair enough. I was under the impression that Rowan wasn't part of this conversation though, so.
Oh right, is that all in your?
Sorry, I was saying all this out loud.
Okay.
As we were all hovering at the ceiling, I was saying all this out loud.
Right. Oh, and she did, say Rowan as well earlier. Mm-hmm.
Erinwin's still not used to the mind link thing. She's used to sending like messages, so she doesn't want to have to like. So it like in her brain, she's like, I don't want to have to keep casting the cantrip over again. So we're all here. I'm going to talk out loud.
Yeah, 16 history for Kaylin.
29.
Okay. So Kaylin, not so much, but more you would also kind of think along those lines. Well, necromancers of the past, they have a ton of zombies. That's the whole fodder thing, to do damage, to distract, but there's usually some heavy hitters and utility things. Like those tall creatures are a big necromancer thing that you thought that were illusory in the other city. There's a good especially Rowan, you kind of know the standards of stable creatures that a necromancer might have in their army. And they're nasty. Typically all pretty nasty.
Mort, do you want to go first on this?
I don't like this one bit. I'm gonna try.
This is no time for heroics. We need to get.
It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
I think it's a bad idea.
Okay,
Out of character, my character's intelligence is 8, and I'm trying really hard not to draw that conclusion as Rowan.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So I think Rowan would caution that we just need to get to our troops and support them, and we can do our magics from there.
Well, isn't that what we're trying to do though? We have to get through the tunnel.
My thing was I was gonna go from the 4th floor to the 2nd floor, try to clear out the tunnel that goes to the 2nd floor, join Brewer up at the 2nd, and then come down into the 3rd with them. Instead of going up from the 4th to the 3rd with you guys, just because it would take. Because if they need help clearing out this tunnel here, then it would just take a really long time to fly around.
If I understand, that's like a couple of miles of travel, though.
7,000 feet is.
That's from the two stairs up. This is 1,500 feet
now.
From the bottom of the steps to the next level.
Oh.
And that stairwell you're talking about is 1,500 feet.
Oh,
okay. So a quarter mile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It would take 11 minutes on the carpet to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And how fast can the carpet fly?
60 feet.
That's the same as my flight.
Yeah.
Although it would take half that time if we dashed the whole time.
But
I think we can expect our enemy to be more diverse and powerful than just mindless fodder that we can throw a fireball at and hope to escape unscathed. We should get ourselves to safety. We've had a pretty comfortable ride this far, but I expect all sorts of terrifying things to stand between us and safety.
Do you have an idea, Rowan?
Get as close as we can to our allies and then fight the rest of the way? I don't know.
To the third floor.
No, that's not where our troops are. Our troops are on the second floor.
So do we want to come in from behind on the third floor, or do we want to join up with Brewer and go down from the second floor? Are we gonna, because we were thinking the pincer maneuver, right?
Right, because they're keeping troops at the other entrance. They're going to be the pincer. We're just helping with one side of the pincer.
Yeah, so do we, us as our Stormfall, do we go up to the third floor, or do we go up to the second floor?
Oh, well, once we can get troops down here, I mean, I would assume just going through, up to the third floor, but we can't just take just the 7 of us.
Up the third floor.
Up to the third floor.
So you're saying we clear out the way to the second floor and then bring down the army and create the pincer.
I think that's the way.
Okay.
Sorry to make you repeat this 10,000 times, Dan. How long is that tunnel from the 4th to the 3rd floor?
Let's see. From the 4th to the 3rd floor is only 500 feet. Whereas the 4th up all the way up to the 2nd is 1,500. It's 3 times as long.
I think Rowan is very skeptical that we're going to fight our way to much of anything in this siege. So
definitely think we're being drawn in, but to where?
So my thought is, they don't know we're here. We still have the element of surprise.
We don't know that they don't know that we're here.
Let's assume we do. Earthgrip can use zombies, but I think if he knew we were here, he would have been gloating about it.
I think true, but I think he also knows that we're going to go to the 3rd floor.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I do have something I wouldn't mind pointing out. When we met your friend in Metz, they knew illusion magic, but it was on a level I've never seen before. Are we expecting this Earthgrip character to know necromancy on a level we've never seen before as well?
Probably.
Let's expect a lot more than zombies. Let's expect zombies. If we only see zombies, that it's a distraction.
I think we need to get to Earthgrip as soon as possible. Because once the necromancer is down, that puts all the undead down, right?
Agreed, but again, I caution that the 7 of us are not going to be able to make it up there by ourselves.
Where are we in, out of character, where are we in relation to the staircases? Are we closer to the 3rd floor, or are we closer to the 2nd floor?
It's up to you. In my head, you were all sort of near the base of the longer 2nd floor stairwell. But if you want to be elsewhere, it's fine, because you were just sort of going around inspecting everything.
Right. Because there's nothing going from... There's nothing going... Okay. You know what? Can we be over by the one to the 3rd floor? And can we try to perceive to see if they left any sort of guards?
Yeah, take us 11 minutes to get there.
Well, can we just have been at the 3rd floor anyways?
If you're going,
because we were going floor by floor, right?
Yeah, and
we probably would have just headed instead to the 2nd floor to the 3rd floor.
So far, I've just.
Or are we just in the? We're just in the middle of the floor. Let's see.
I imagine us at the bottom of the one going to the 2nd floor.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, I've assumed you've been looking around this floor, but not necessarily approaching, because there's a potential for danger. You've heard some for a lot of creatures in this longer stairwell, but I haven't had you go close to either one for inspection. So if you want to, we can do that. I just didn't want to have you fly in and not say anything, and then suddenly there's an issue. So if you want to inspect either of these staircases, at any close range, you can do that. But so far,
I'm sorry. Before we go any further, Rowan makes a really good point. If this is going to be necromancy on a scale we've never seen before, what's the greatest level of necromancy we've seen?
Personally,
Did we ever find out what happened to Divania's hometown?
Erwin kind of goes pale.
Someone's going to start looking for tracks to see where the zombie tracks went to while they're talking about this.
Okay, make your perception if you.
Okay.
Blueberry lowers their head too at the the thought of that.
Rain is going to help you find tracks. Dan.
Sorry, what's Rain doing?
Helping Kaylin find tracks.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you can roll with advantage, Kaylin.
Great, because it was shit. Great.
Nice.
I wasn't stopping the conversation. I was just saying Kane was doing that while y'all were talking. Because Stephanie's not good at strategizing. So Stephanie's seeing her way out of this.
All right, Mort's going to suggest Kaylin, Rowan, Garrick, stay here. Erwin and I, and whoever's on the carpet, is going to take a quick trip to the other stairwell. Try to get a scout on what the conditions at that stairwell are.
To the third floor stairs?
Yep, fourth to third.
Let me double back just because I had to do a little multitasking there. First, super quickly, Kaylin, your with advantage, your roll was
23.
Oh, okay. You see a number of tracks heading up to both stairwells.
Of course I did. Okay, cool.
And Mort, you were sorry, what were you doing?
Checking the stairwell. Going to run over. Check the stairwell from fourth to third.
Fourth to third.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I've got nights. I will take.
Before you get too close, where you can already hear, this is a shorter stairwell, 500 feet.
Mm-hmm.
You can already hear a lot of noise from that third floor. You don't see anything at the base of the stairwell. This one has a steep climb, so you can only see looking through the doors from a safe-ish distance so far. But you definitely hear the sounds up there of a number of creatures beyond. Not quite what you heard through your scrying, but it has that similar sound of a very overcrowded space up ahead. Maybe somewhere up towards the top of the stair. Well.
Okay, and I'll head back. Let them know that. I think if Fenhold is coming down from the second, we're trying to go, and they're trying to get to that access point. That's where we help.
How do we get through to the third floor, though, if they know we're coming? It'll be a slaughter.
I mean, we're going from 4 to 2.
Yeah, we're going from 4 to 2 and get the troops and come
try
back.
It's a choke point.
It's a choke point at 4 to 3.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not pleasant, but I think we can still, blow them from behind.
We stand a better chance of getting to people that can help us than blazing into the third floor.
I have no regrets.
Dan, what's on the second level, Dan?
What's on the second level?
Government
let's see.
buildings, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I mean, there's a lot of administrative buildings up top. But yes, the second level has an assortment of. This is mostly the residential space for a lot of the tradespeople of the area, the non-super elite, the non-nobility. So there's commerce. There's a lot of residential. And a few government buildings strewn about on the second floor.
Is this where they had the? Didn't they have? Weren't we here when they had a festival and they had a whole bunch? We were all drinking beer and.
Oh yeah. This is it. Mm-hmm.
So Mort would know that area well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd say so. And a pretty solid night there.
Mort thinks of that. I could teleport us directly to the second level.
Then let's do it.
That's going to be a chance. We could be walking. I mean, we know for sure at either tunnel we're walking into trouble. There's creatures in either tunnel. At least at the second we have a chance of coming into a safe place.
Let's go.
Everybody get within 10 feet of me.
Can I ask just a question for my own benefit, because I just don't have the game knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
With the mind link, could we not have Brewer just look at a place and kind of show it to us, and if Mort is familiar with it, then we know it's safe to teleport to?
The mind link is mostly communication only, audio.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's what I need to understand. Okay, thank you.
Gotcha. Yeah, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Are
do
we
it.
taking the longer tunnel or the shorter one? Because y'all
We're
lost
taking-
me.
We're
20
taking. We're
minutes
not. We're not
ago.
taking any tunnel.
I have no clue what's going on. Now
Weird.
the map is no longer in my head.
After
I
much
can't
discussion
visualize
of the
anything
tunnel.
now at this point, and
Right.
it's frustrating.
Oh, I understand.
I had to stop listening because
Yes, it can be very.
We're
Mort's
teleporting up to the second floor.
You're gonna skip all of it, and Mort's gonna teleport you right up to Brewer, the Fenhold, on the second floor.
aren't they in the middle of a battle?
The second floor is safe, but it's the stairwell down is where the battle is.
The two stairwells are having battles.
the
So we're teleporting away from the stairwells. We're going up into the second level proper.
At this point, it's what frying pan you want to jump into. So the lesser one, which is this one.
Devonia's just gonna, whatever you say.
Just be ready to blow things up.
Yep. Okay. I will get everybody within 10 feet of me and cast.
As we get, into the teleport, I know it's not necessary, but I'm still gonna grab Mort and Rain's hands. And just hold on, just be like, okay.
That's awesome.
Be ready.
Oh, kitty cat.
Kaylin, really quick, I will mind link to Fen. We're teleporting up there to the second.
Yeah, just tell them the marketplace where I was. Yeah, we had to celebrate.
Around the marketplace is where.
Yeah.
We can teleport to.
Yeah.
So.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, blink. 7th level spell gone.
Yeah, nice. Whee! All of you again, just a click out of existence for a minute and back in. Into the area where the fair was held before. It's only a couple blocks away from this stairwell, so it's maybe half a minute before Brewer races around a corner of Fenhold. And and he races over to Kaylin.
Rowan pulls their sword and stands between them.
Oh!
State your business.
I'm sorry. Rowan.
I'm sorry.
No, Fen. This is Rowan. Rowan, this is Fen. He's friend. You're both friends. Hey.
I'll lean over to Rowan and be like, Fen is Kaylin's boyfriend.
Ben holds a hand out to Rowan. Hello, Venhold. I'm so sorry. I should have announced.
Upon hearing that Fen is Kaelin's boyfriend, Rowan will step inside around the handshake and give a big hug.
And he gives like a pat hug back. Oh, well, you are very friendly. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Is that fighting I hear? Can we hear the fighting from here?
Yes. The forces, even though there are fewer at this other stairwell, they're several hundred. They've. I'll show you if you wish. It's a safe place from which we can observe. He goes.
Okay, two things. I need to go deal with a cat that's doing something I'm not supposed to. And two, Rowan is doing the pee-pee dance because Rowan is getting excited about actually getting to fight.
Yes, nice, awesome.
Nice.
and Finn goes over and just scoops up Kaelin for a big. Oh, Arrow, I've been so worried. oh my. You're here. This is good. We're in one piece.
Yes.
You're all well.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, come. I'll show you what we're facing. At least with this stairwell over here. And he takes you over just a block and a half. Again, for Devanya and for everyone, you're in the safety of the second floor. As you walk over towards the stairway that heads way down to the fourth floor, filled. You go up on some taller makeshift decks that they've built so you can peer down. There's barricades holding all of these enemies back from coming up into the second floor. But there are hundreds that just fill the stairwell down and around the corner. And Benhold, this is there's an 80-foot height up to the ceiling. They've used some sort of reversal gravity, and he looks up at the ceiling, and there's like hundreds more up on the ceiling.
Good thing we didn't fly in then. Looking over at Erwin.
We're doing our best. Some first they were just dropping down and falling in. But we have enough mages to counter that. We've had a wall of force being cycled through different mages to keep things out as best we can. The other stairwell down to the third floor, it's an absolute nightmare. There's stronger
wait,
and
real
stronger
quick,
enemies.
How many undead are on the ceiling?
It looks like it's hundreds, maybe 2.5, like 250, 300.
And how far away are they from us?
About 80 feet up. I mean, you're maybe 20 feet in. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he said there's a wall of force between us and those on the top, or are they just being held up?
They're trying to keep a wall of force in the doorway so that they don't drop in.
The doorway.
There's like some reversal of gravity that's letting them all walk on the ceiling.
Oh, so they're on the
down.
top in the top in the tunnel, not in
not
on the floor.
In the tunnel. Yep.
Ooh, okay.
We're slowly. I don't know. Every time we nut some out, more have been coming. However, we haven't tried in a while, at least the past 12 hours or so. Because more were simply replacing them. But if you're telling us that there are no other forces down below, then perhaps we can engage in a barrage. They seem to be all rather weak. It's just their number here in this stairwell. They're much stronger ones in the other stairwell.
We could hear things on the third floor, but there was nothing on the fourth.
Oh.
So we can clear out that side, hopefully.
That's good. That's wonderful. Could you offer? We have our mages are wearing thin with their available spell slots.
Erinwin holds up a finger, and there's just like this bright yellow beam of light on it. She's like, "Please, please, let me shoot this."
Mort will ask how wide they're coming. They're crawling on the ceiling, coming up out of the stairwell, right?
Yes, they are coming up the stairs and upside down on the ceiling, walking towards this area. It's only a couple walls of force in the doorway here that are keeping them out.
Can I cast Toll the Dead just to get rid of the ones on the ceiling?
There's a few hundred. There's like 250 or so, 300.
I mean, okay, numbers don't mean anything.
Toll the Dead
A
affects
lot.
one creature.
Yeah.
Wait, serious? No. This is that dumb. Okay, never mind. It's so dumb. Rules are meant to be broken anyway.
Nice. If you can spare, it would take a great deal of energy, but I think that with our mages, and if a few of you have any larger spells that affect a great area, perhaps we can just knock out as many as we can, and lower their numbers, and send the rest of our soldiers in.
Mort is furiously combing through his spellbook.
Yeah, real quick, wall of force. Does that allow spells through?
Nope.
Yeah, meteor swarm that covers a mile.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm sorry, Devanya. What? This? I know you're all incredibly strong. A mile, you say? Oh, if you're willing to help, we can lower the wall of force to allow spells to go through if we target the ceiling first.
If you can have whoever open up like a little teeny tiny square, and I can shoot my fireball through it, then we can start clearing out a whole bunch that way. Just have them do it like right now, and it can just sit there and cook, and then do a bigger boom.
Well, I can see what mages are capable of. They might not have that finesse they may have currently. They might have to just take a larger section out. I think this is doable. If so mechanically for this particular hallway, it's not a brains battle. It's just going to be destruction, sheer destruction. I would say that as you kind of calculate spellcasters, so like Meteor Swarm from Devanya, and any fireball spells or delayed fireball, anyone that has anything that's an area of effect, you probably end up, if you each use maybe.
Dan, don't deny me the chance to roll
No.
damage dice.
Nice. We will let you. You can still do it regardless. But for this particular thing, it does appear to all be zombies. If you probably have to use, depending on how much you want to put in, anywhere like a 5 at a minimum, but up to 8 spell slots a piece to blow away this number of zombies with what the mages have left in this area.
8 spell slots a piece?
5 to 8, because like fireball,
like
that's
per
a third
person
level.
or
Worth
per
of spell.
Well, okay.
Just for the casters.
So I was going to do a delayed blast fireball at 7th level, and what I wanted to do was send it in and let it, because you can concentrate for up to a minute, and for every round that you're concentrating that it doesn't go off, the damage increases. So I wanted to send it in, let it sit for the minute, and then get an extra D6 damage on top of that.
All right.
So that's what I want to do.
All right, so you're gonna fire that in. Devanya, do you want to do the?
But it has to sit for a minute.
Okay.
Is the thing.
Go ahead and start rolling damage for that, Aaron, if you want.
So all for the whole minute.
Sure.
That's 22 D6.
Nice. That's amazing.
What's the AOE? What's the range?
It is a 20-foot. So the range is 150 feet, and it's a 20-foot radius.
Oh, so that's only 40 feet.
Yeah, it'll take a lot, one after another, after another, after another.
Yeah.
Hence the
If
spell
you let
slots.
Devanya just throw in a meteor swarm, if you're gonna burn that.
Well, technically, the meteor storm has a mile range, but a 40-foot affected area.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh.
Oh, Rain, what you got?
So I thought we were all going to just fire things in at the same time and then just fumigate the tunnel.
Yeah, it'll just be like one after another after. You don't have to always do this, the 7-level spell, but there'll be several spell slots expended to like clear off the ceiling, clear off, enough for them to go in. If you're comfortable with that. But sorry, Rain, what you got?
You're good. I'm gonna. Rain is gonna walk up to Kaylin and cast Death Ward, which is a touch a creature and grant a measure of protection from death. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Kaylin.
I'm also, Dan, I'm going to use a sorcery point, so I'm going to light up another rune to empower the spell.
Oh, nice. Okay. Beautiful.
yeah, just to let you know, it lasts up to 8 hours.
8 hours. Nice. Okay. So, Rain, you walk up, kind of place a hand on Kaylin's shoulder, however you want to do it. Kaylin, you feel Rain, casting the spell for you to protect you. Death.
Thank you, Rain.
Rowan, are you going in?
Hold on. All right. So all right. So. Yeah. There's no strategy about it. It's just what am I going to cast? Okay. I am going to use Wish.
Oh.
To cast Prismatic Spray.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's 7th level spell. Basically 60-foot cone of 10d6 nastiness.
Nice. All right.
That's a lot of raise.
Yeah, it's a 60-foot cone.
Wow.
So I'll get up as close to the ceiling within as I could possibly. I'm going to zip out. I'm going to kick everybody off the carpet that isn't involved or not a spellcaster, because obviously they're not going to be going hand to hand with these idiots.
Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many different things in here. Okay, I'm just gonna have to overall calculate this because each target gets the roll to see which ray it's in. So
yeah, so you would just make say and then yeah.
Okay.
I have my damage, Dan.
Okay, what you got, Erwin?
103 fire damage.
Oh my goodness, beautiful. You fired out and it just kind of
it's just gonna kind of sit there while everybody else gets into range and ready to go, and then just 3, 2, 1, boom! And I'm assuming it fills up the entire
yeah. In fact,
it's 20-foot radius.
It's beautiful. Yeah, this delayed blast almost has like a warped sense of time as it kind of expands and like part after part, and then kind of draws everything into the vacuum that it leaves behind. And a bunch of these undead creatures are just incinerated. Other ones are sucked in by that void, the vacuum, and drop down to the ground below on top of the others, just as Mort unleashes this prismatic spray. What do you want that to look like, Mort? Your spray as you're covering like this 60-foot cone in front of the barricade.
Yeah, I'm just going to almost like a like a fighter jet, just like zip down right down on top of the, and in that, hesitate for like the 2 seconds or 5 seconds or the 6 seconds it takes to cast the spell. Just unleash the spell on the whole barricade.
Sorry, that should be 108.
Nice. Awesome. Oh, 108. Nice.
So one more is toast.
Perfect. More you come down and this beautiful prismatic spray covers everything. You see some freezing in place, and others still. Let's see what else we have in here. Lightning arcing through some take acid damage and their faces just start to melt. Others seem to go blind and are walking into others, and others yet burst into flame, and it's this beautiful just chaos of different types of magic and effects that take over, and as that happens, Devanya, what would you like your meteor swarm to look like as you cast that?
First, I have a question.
Yeah.
How many sorcerer points do I need to use to regain a spell slot? Is it?
It depends on the spell slot, and you
Yeah.
can only do it up to 5th level.
Okay.
You know which level you want to replace?
Oh, it's a 9th level spell, so I didn't know.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no. If you wanna create a spell slot, you can use 7 points to create a 5th level spell slot.
But you won't be able
So
to
that's
replace
that's the highest we can go.
Do you still want to use the 9th level spell? In
Oh,
that
yeah.
case? Yeah. Oh, okay,
Totally.
nice. Right. What would you like to look like? You step up. You know, the Aaron Winds has. You watch the minute as that delayed fireball went off, and a bunch of things fell and died, and more sprayed him with prismatic spray, and you're there ready for your shot.
And she keels over. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice.
She's gonna walk up besides them and kind of like hit her staff onto the ground twice, and then point towards the direction that we're all firing into, and then her tattoo's gonna glow, and she'll just start like it's basically like freaking hellfire and brimstone coming down. So
Nice.
Sodom and Gomorrah, bitches.
Beautiful, beautiful. This white rose glows. It's on your chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh, like through the fabric, and you know, after with the staff, you just kind of unleash this from up above. It catches a bunch of the ones up above and just burns and burns and burns. These meteors striking and crushing and incinerating so many of these enemies.
And she'll say the dead should stay dead.
Awesome. That clears out, you know, this first portion of the tunnels to, you know, make sure that I keep it moving for you all. I'll say that you probably each have to, you can either use, let's see, that's 9th level spells, right? And 7th. You can use 3 more 6th level spell slots or higher, or 5 more 5th level, like 3rd to 5th. But I'll let you choose. So mark off whatever you think you'd use. If you're not going to use that, let me know. That'll affect like how the, you know, the challenge for everyone that's left.
All right. I'm going to ask you about this because this is a spell that would have definite impact on considering the environment that they're all trapped in this stairway.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Sickening Radiance.
Okay.
Which is a 30-foot sphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all radiant damage.
Oh, nice.
It's 4d10, and they all for every turn they are in that Sickening Radiance, they suffer a level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Can
And they take
undead-
damage, right?
Yeah, 4d10 radiant every
undead
turn.
Be
I think I'm
affected
okay for
by
radiant
exhaustion.
damage.
I don't know if the ones that aren't undead would be.
All right. Let's see. And that's, I mean, that's really effective against the radiant damage is really effective. Okay. And it's 10 minutes, right?
It's 10 minutes. I can like cover the like a swath of the stairway, like going back. Like I'll cast it 3 times. Like
yeah, I think 3 times with that will definitely clear a bunch of this out.
all right,
That'll
so
be much more, much better, more efficient then.
right, and it creates a whole big area that's going to take them tough time to get around and stuff like that.
Nice. All right, you start doing that, Aaron. If you have like 3 more fireballs in you, you can do that. Those are just 3rd level. Well, I guess it'd be 5 because it'd be 3rd level.
If I wanted to cast like a lightning bolt at 5th level, because that creates a 100-foot line, and then every creature within that line.
Yeah. Okay, you could do that 3 times if you wanted. to clear.
Do they have to be 3 5th levels or 3 3rd levels?
They could be 3 3rd levels as well, because that's a good use of it.
Okay. Actually, can I do a 5th level and a 4th level?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And Devani, do you have any other like area of effect ones you want to use, or are you good with the giant meteor storm?
I mean, she's pretty much good, unless
Okay.
there's stragglers. I mean, I don't know the end result of those two, them two combined with, you know, pretty much what, a couple spells in between them both. So.
Okay. Yeah, you unleash, and then after a few of these things going through, Fenhold
I'm gonna use empowered spells for both of them.
Okay. Fenhold just in awe. Lower the walls. Lower the walls. Let's go. Let everyone put soldiers in, and he leads the charge. So if Rowan, Garrett, Kaylin, Rainbow, Bear, anyone wants to go in there, you can
Kaylin's
just start.
absolutely.
Okay. Fenhold will fight side by side with you then for sure. All of you, but Kaylin, of course. A couple back shots. Awesome. And you all managed to clear this entire hallway after it's like 25-30 minutes of battle, cleaning up just the last of the stragglers. So much has been destroyed with all the rest of it. You go through making sure they're all actually dead.
So much zombie guts everywhere.
Everywhere. Hatchlings, guts.
It's like Resident Evil in here.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's basically just like slop as you're walking.
Yeah. Mort's going to pick up Rain on the carpet, and we're just going to be like overhead on cleanup duty. Just since
no, because we use like
Toll the Dead's a cantrip. We're just going to be sitting there going.
Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
And no, that wouldn't be slurpy because like we used a lot of fire and lightning, so it'd be like
they'd be cooked zombie.
They'd be like disintegrated.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Those ones were incinerated. Yeah. There's definitely other like I mean, it's still a bit terrifying for those that aren't accustomed to fighting the undead, because there is a lot of sinew and bits that get kind of hacked apart and clomped down, and other areas that are burned and like smoldering, and it's got that smell to it. And the hallway, I mean, it's all enclosed, so it's a dirty job, but you all get it done as you're just walking around. There's other troops that are going around and just making sure everything's actually dead. You hear?
I'll stand back at the entrance and fire off Eldritch Blast at anything that makes it past any of the soldiers.
Okay, nice.
So I'm like playing like goalie.
Gotcha. Nice. So everyone has their things to clean up. You've destroyed all the things. You're just on cleanup duty. You hear another one of those booming like PA announcements. In Garden Earthgrip's voice once again. Soon, it will all come to an end. Your lives, your history, your hopes. I will take everything that you hold dear. I will strip you down to nothing and claim you for eternity. Make your peace, because your time will come soon. Just echoes out again, seemingly addressing citizens. And as
Mortal under his breath, here's your piece.
nice, that's amazing. Awesome. And as that, the echoing of that kind of fades away, and the last of the zombies are fired off, I think we'll just end our session there for tonight.
The last of the zombies fire off, we all cock our shotguns and go on in.
Nice. Awesome.
Here we go.
So, you've successfully cleared this other stairwell down to the 4th floor for this triple, pincer maneuver here. Awesome. Crazy town stuff apparently going on the 3rd floor. But as far as things go, kudos. There's a number of very dangerous things you've avoided. So, of course, the fifth floor is now a demolition site. But outside of that, like immediate danger, I mean, that can be rebuilt, right? Immediate danger. You've missed a couple of tough things.
It's going to be great when we are victorious. They're going to put a statue of Kalen and Fenhold at that stairwell. The charge, right?
Holding the line. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
For generations to come.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Oops. Well, wrong buttons, Dan. Get your shit together. We haven't done this in so long.
Never.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I will never have my stuff together.
It's not possible.
Let's just say I've missed every single one of you guys.
Oh, me too.
Same here.
Yeah.
Feels good to be back.
Like,
yes.
I was with friends. I was just like, the one thing that I wanted to do is just go back for D&D.
Oh, that's awesome. We're here. This was a blast. We'll have more story elements next week, and I mean, probably some like actual tangible battle, maybe. I mean, I don't see how you'll get out of this without doing some of that. So
we're gonna have to.
Yes.
Awesome.
I mean,
let me blow things up.
Okay,
Aaron was made to fight.
Fair enough.
She was made to destroy things.
Well, you're gonna have fun then.
I am so excited.
Nice. I'm looking forward to this. There's a couple of different ways this can go. It's gonna be interesting. Woo! Okay. So, for anyone that's joining us tonight that's new, thank you and welcome. It's been great having you here. I'm going to bring up our trusty old schedule here. Where's our... How do I still not have a Patreon thing up for this? Whatever.
Oh,
here's our schedule. I know, I'm a mess.
Christ.
Oh, thank you, Daniel Lance. Jeez, all right. Here's our delightful schedule. We have a boatload of D&D content, as you can see, and other fun shows. Most for D&D ends up in this 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern slot. You've been watching our Friday night campaign, of course, Stormfall, every Friday, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. Outside of our 10 to 1 slot, we have D&D stream every single night, except for Thursday. But to make up for that, of course, we have a second one on Saturday. It's in the evening, 6 to 9. Every Tuesday, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Dungeon Craft with Steph and Vic, which should be back to Steph and Vic this Tuesday, where they paint minis and do tile work, and we might even see our Stormfall minis on there soon, which is exciting. Yay! It's an experience. Go check out the show. It's a lot more than just that. Every Friday, noon to 3 p.m. Eastern, you can catch Mad Art with Steph, where Steph here takes moments from across the campaigns and lets everyone vote in our Discord. If you're not a member of the Discord already, I strongly recommend checking us out. It's pretty awesome. And you can vote there on different scenes from different campaigns, and Steph will put it to an official vote and then do work on those. She's also doing some cute chibi art as well of the characters across the campaigns. It's fun. Mm-hmm. And Bad Bird plays board games on Sunday 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully we'll have that up soon. I guess we'll find out pretty soon if it's going to be in a new format, and hopefully we'll have like an actual date soon for that. So thank you again, everyone. Thank you, players. So good to be back hanging out with all of you. So glad to have you all here. So well done. What a blast. We're going to go ahead and raid our friends over at Dork Tales. Consider giving a call Madbird raid in chat for support and branding. And we'll catch you all again soon. Take care. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.